Alright. Looks like we're live. Just another guy. Congratulations, you're first. Yeah, my sleep schedule is a little messed up. The reason I'm streaming so late right now is because I had a very long and very annoying day, and I needed some extra sleep. Kenny, what's up, man? Will I be doing vlogs anytime soon? Probably. Probably. How much do I weigh now? I weighed in at 243 a few days ago. Do I like Beyond products? Yeah. Beyond makes some good shit. I still haven't tried their chicken tenders. I don't think they're here in Canada yet, but favorite thing from them would be their bratwurst sausages. Release date for your TT collab. Um, what's TT collab? Huh? Top? Tom? Tom who? Oh, Turkey Tom. I think he said in like a few weeks, like roughly a month. So somewhere between 2 to 4 weeks. What did I do today? Well, I had a lot of fun with Canada Post. I was waiting on a bunch of packages. There were duty fees. And brilliantly, Canada Post is literally the only mail delivery service where they will not accept debit card payments at the door for any kind of duty fee or any fee associated with the package. My card expired a few days ago, so I had to use my debit card. Couldn't accept the packages, so I had to wait until the end of the day to get them. And the fucking place that I ordered from didn't send the one thing that I really fucking needed, the desk mount for the wheel. So now I have to go to some guy in Kijiji selling the thing I need. So I might have to drive for like 4 hours to pick the thing up. Um, also, since basically I was sitting around waiting all day, I bought a RC kit car. So I painted this. This is just the body shell, but I was making a kit car all day too. Yeah, first world problems, I know. Do you have motorcycle summer gear recommendations? If you want the absolute coolest jacket you can get, and by coolest I mean like least warm, what's the thing called? Icon Mesh AF. The Icon Mesh AF jacket is super, super, like, cool on warm days. So that would be my one big summer recommendation. There's no internal liner, and the entire jacket is mesh. So it's the most breathable jacket you can possibly get. Definitely a must-have for if you're poo-poo doodly-doo in the summer. Alright, let's get into reacting to some shit.
Cortez, I mean, this was a House oversight hearing, basically about the immigration issues in New York City and in New York State. There has been a shortage in rooms and in beds in shelters in New York City recently because there has been an influx of migrants here. And AOC asks a just common sense question about, okay, we know you guys don't like migrants, right? We know you don't like them. But what is the alternative to kicking them out of these homeless shelters? And there is no answer here. This is New York City Councilwoman Joanne Ariola, who's a Republican. And
Sneed, nigger, dab, yeet. Richard, when it comes to dating women, I believe that, the darker the berry the sweeter the juice. It means that African women have better tasting pussy juice. Do you agree? How is Jasmine's pussy juice? Does it taste like butter?
I have no comment on that last question. I don't think Jasmine would like me talking about that. But I've never been with a black girl before, so I wouldn't know. Thanks for the donation, though, Poopy Stinks.
And then, more notably, I think, is New York State Assemblywoman Jamie Williams, who she's speaking to here, who is a right-wing Democrat who did not really get win a primary via popular vote, if I'm not mistaken. She was handpicked by the Brooklyn Democratic Party in a special election. And she's now working with Republicans to help basically block shelter for asylum seekers in her district.
Yeah, and like Floyd Bennett Field, which is like a former airfield in Marine Park in Brooklyn, that are very adamantly against like housing migrants there.
Okay, yeah. So this is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez kind of going at it with, or going after her, rightfully so.
Now, Councilmember Ariola, it says here, that you've got this statement is in opposition to work permits and work authorizations for newly arrived asylees. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So you are in opposition, and in this letter.
Hi VG. I hope that you are doing great tonight. Did you hear that Pink Floyd star Roger Waters is accused of being an anti-Semite? Apparently he mocked Holocaust victims. What a piece of shit. Fall is my favorite time of year. What's yours? I'd love it if you did a camping and hiking vlog. Have you seen Talk to Me?
I am not a big fan of hiking. I've never been camping, but I'm not a big fan of hiking. Just because I find it boring. Mountain biking's cool, rollerblading's cool, anything where I'm going fast is fun, but, yeah. Might try camping at some point, but I've never been camping. And I have not seen Talk to Me yet. No. Thanks for the nation, Ralph. I have not heard that. I didn't know that guy was an anti-Semite. Let me see.
Met Roger Waters, yes, and you have views on this.
Oh, absolutely. Firstly, because I'm a Jew. Oh, yes, I'm a Jew. And I know him. I know his reputation that precedes him in our industry. And absolutely, he laughs. He's always telling jokes about Jews, always making comments about money, the cliche, old-time opinion. And you've got to remember that this man's 80 years of age. If you were to ask anybody in the street that's under 40 and you showed them a picture of him and said, do you know who this is? Nobody would know. So in today's music industry, yes, he's got his old fans from, early days, but he's not relevant as far as anybody really cares about him to know what he's doing or anything like that. And
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's crazy. He's that much of a piece of shit. Thanks for that donation, Bend Over. Jalen donated $2. I had the Beyond Chicken Tenders, like them, but I wish it were subsidized like meat products. Where subsidized would cost $1 per bag or less. I think the issue is economy of scale, not that it's subsidized. I think economy of scale is what makes it more expensive. But thanks for the nation, Jalen. Should look into Hamza's school where he had his brother get into video chats with actual children, get shirtless pics, encourage talking bad on their fathers, and give weird affirmations. Yeah, I've seen some of that. The 13-year-old kid, I saw that. That was actually really creepy. And I didn't know that was his brother. I was wondering who that dude was, but yeah, it's pretty weird and creepy. I was planning on making a video about it. I still hate you because you're a lying shithead, but yeah, fuck you.
My pee-pee feels like a poo-poo and my poo-poo I freeze and show all my house visitors. Tickle her fanny with a feather tonight. Oh Gaines, I'm holding my balls and shouting at my dog to worship Gaines and Jasmine. He is Randy, he would Roger both of you. H.
Well, that's good to hear. Thanks for the donation, Simp. Appreciate it.
Letter, it says, quote unquote, the migrants who have recently arrived in New York should follow the lawful immigration process. Does that sound familiar to you?
Yes, it is.
Are you aware that seeking asylum is a lawful immigration process?
When it is deemed to be asylum.
Yes.
It has not yet been deemed to be asylum seekers.
Are you aware that application, you have to arrive in the United States in order to apply for asylum, correct?
Great.
That's
So
correct.
arrival is also part of that lawful process. I'd like to highlight that. And so when we oppose...
Yeah, dude, these Republicans and shit are fucking crazy. Like, absolute whack jobs. And they're liars. They just hate foreigners, and every time they bring up this immigration issue, they call them illegals when they have legal status here. And then, yeah, they'll gaslight you like this. Oh, well, they're only, asylum seekers if they're deemed to be asylum seekers. Well, part of the fucking legal process is they have to come here and apply. But then they still call them fucking illegals. It's crazy.
Work authorization. We have folks who are opposing the ability for people who are seeking a lawful...
It's adding 1 tablespoon maple syrup with my breakfast unhealthy, and no, it's not nearly enough like sugar for it to be a problem.
...process to support themselves who don't want to be a strain on public systems. And we've got folks who want to block people from being able to follow the same American dream that almost every person here, their family comes from. Folks coming here with nothing but the shirt on their back and getting a job and supporting a family. We've got folks who want to deny that. On the federal level, we have folks who oppose comprehensive immigration reform. We're cutting funding, not just to our national park services, but to our overall supportive services. We're on the brink of a shutdown right now so that none of these things can get processed in the first place. And then, while we're in this process of opposing work authorizations, I think it's important to note that these systems are being overwhelmed in the first place because of large parts of contributions to solve this problem. If we are serious about addressing this issue, we need to also make sure that we're opening and allowing people to be documented. And I can't for the life of me understand why there is such partisan opposition to doing this. I mean, truly. And in addition to that, we also need to be assessing the foreign policy decisions that we are making that are driving people to our southern border in the first place. There is so much rhetoric out here blaming other countries and their dysfunctions for why people are coming to the United States when we are engaging in interventionist policy abroad and when our sanctions in Latin America are part of the picture here. So we're either going to agree to those things and take on the responsibility of the consequences, or we're going to reassess our policy.
Oh, dude. If we get like a Republican in president and you have these insane people.
I was watching Charlie, aka Moist Critical live stream, but then he started talking about how he loves to eat chicken, and I thought, what a hypocritical piece of shit. How can he make an online career criticizing others, but then eat helpless animals?
He's a 8-year-old with a beard, dude.
I was crawling on the floor in my house and I realized I had no socks on. So I went looking through the bin and I found some empty crisp packets. I jumped into my car and twiddled my balls around the steering wheel. Can you smell my socks? Gains no poop.
No, I can't smell your socks. Thanks for the donation, I am simp. Yeah, dude, Moist Critical is an 8-year-old with a beard. He is one of the most childish fucking adults I've ever seen, where he won't take any responsibility for any wrongdoing he does, always tries to, like, obfuscate guilt and blame, and, yeah, he just virtue signals like fucking crazy. He'll talk about how, oh, animal abuse is so bad. Oh, I feel so bad for these animals being mistreated. Oh, this person is so bad because they abuse animals. And then he'll go and eat tons of meat, and the worst possible. He'll go to, like, fast food restaurants where you know for sure the animals are factory farmed and treated like absolute shit. I can't stand the guy. Thanks for the donation, though, Poopy Stinks. Thank you for that, 9014. Excellent spam as always. Appreciate the donation, sir. Yeah, but like I was saying, if we get a Republican president again, you know, you have all these fucking crazy whack jobs talking about how they basically want to invade Mexico to fight the drug cartels. Holy shit, like the amount of fucking people who would end up going to the southern border seeking asylum would just magnify. And then these same people are complaining that there's too many fucking migrants at the border, but they're the ones driving it. It's just stupid.
Some great news to share. Did you hear that Kevin McCarthy was ousted from the role of Speaker? Also,
Yeah.
Trump was gagged.
Yeah, I heard about that. I'm glad. McCarthy's a piece of shit. I'm glad he was voted out. And Trump was gagged. Judge Engoron issues a gag order in the Trump civil fraud trial after Trump posted about the judge's clerk and Engoron. Whoa. Consider this statement a gag order forbidding all parties from posting, emailing, or speaking publicly about any of my staff. What a whack job, dude. Holy shit. Dude, Trump is such a fucking idiot, bro. That's super dangerous, especially considering his fan base. But, yeah, you want to bet? I can guarantee you he's going to violate that gag order. He is so stupid, bro. Thanks for that donation, though, Ben.
It is outrageous to be using the city of New York, where, by the way, these asylum seekers, their kids are enrolling in school. Those who can seek work are doing it right away. That, by the way, they're trying to fill labor needs that we have long had as a city and state. We should be paving the pathways to make this as easy as possible. And perhaps we wouldn't need, and perhaps there wouldn't be a Floyd Bennett Field situation if people were actually supporting a smooth system here. Assemblymember Williams, I didn't hear in your testimony. I understand the concerns you're raising about the field. I didn't hear in your testimony the alternative sites you've advocated for. Could you remind me of which those are?
One donated $2. Check this shit out. Let me see. Those anti-air defenses are crazy. They use an AI to track and predict where objects are going to be. And I think like one burst from those AA guns, something insanely expensive. It's like $100,000 or some shit to like refill the ammo. Wow. God damn, dude. Baghdad Green Zone. You know, I wonder where, like, if anybody ever gets killed by those guns, like...
Kill the nonsense gains, make a popping noise by popping piles out of your butt, oh put the juice out for the duck, make them slurp and brain freeze. 77 septillion 777 sextillion 777 quintillion 777 quadrillion 777 trillion 777 billion 777 million 777,777. Can I eat rugs and eat the juices? LLL.
Sure. I don't know why you can't. And no, I've never made popping noises by popping piles out of my butt. Thanks for that donation, I am simp. Yeah, I wonder if, because those are like 20 or 30 millimeter cannons, and not every round is going to hit the target. I wonder if those things just fly, you know, miles away and then end up hitting somebody. Ever use nicotine pouches? Turkey Tom just told me about those. I don't know what those are. They sound like just small pouches of chewing tobacco. I've never seen those before. So I don't know if they're in Canada even, but Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with lozenges. The lozenges are fine. I don't really get much irritation in my mouth from them. They don't really burn too much for me, and occasionally I might just get some mild throat irritation, but that's it. Thy only path, don't need tellers. This is beyond fucked up. Let me see. San Francisco unveils jaw-dropping $900 monthly rent for tiny 4-foot pods amid housing crisis. $900. Like, this is the solution, and not employing some form of aggressive rent control. That's the solution. It's just retarded. I mean, fucking wake up, dude. Just... What kind of world do people want to live in where, like, $900 a month for this? Like, it's just crazy. You're throwing away almost $1,000 a month where that's not getting put into, you know, any kind of equity. Like, you're not paying, like, it's not a mortgage. You're not, you know, buying something that you can sell that might accumulate value later. You're just throwing away $1,000 a month just so you can get this tiny little fucking pod to stay in. Fuck you, dude. Fucking boomers. Let me see. Sound on. Oh my god. Wow. That is a cat. It's making cat noises. Ooh. Dude, what the hell is that thing? They're really weird.
Nigga 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 nigga, yeet. Nigga 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 nigga, yeet. Nigga 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 nigga, yeet 77 quadrillion 777 trillion 777 billion 777 million 777,777. Hey, are you still doing $15 impersonations? Will you do an impersonation of Angry Richard talking about smashing babies' heads onto the pavement?
I am, and no, I'm not gonna do that. I've had enough issues from the baby stomping thing before. I'm not gonna do that again, okay? So sorry. For my own safety, and to prevent future issues, and by safety I mean safety from the stupid ass fucking police that can't take a joke. Yeah, I can't do that anymore. But thanks for the donation, Poopy Stanks. Let's see this one. Oh, wombat. Oh my god. Look at that chonker. Wombats are super cute. You know their poops are cubes? They literally poop cubes. I think they're the only animal that has cubed shaped turds. It's really weird. And random mints. I would like to know the context. Bro. Holy shit. Oh my god. These people are insane. Do you want to die? Like, this is insane. Like, how stupid can you be? Creative director interviewing HR be like...
Barely. Do you know how to work a soundboard?
No. I have no technical ability.
So what are you being paid for?
The confidence that I have in my taste and my ability to express what I feel.
Do you play instruments?
Barely.
That's, pretty good. Thanks for the donation, The Only Path.
Buy some Chinese jelly tea and put the jellies in your butt and pop them out. You will feel like Mr. Piles inverted question mark inverted exclamation mark 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 inverted question mark inverted exclamation mark. Have they stopped this spam? I'm shaking my hand over my PP. Pod people are good, they make me more rich gains. Give me pussy Jewick.
Don't know if I can give you pussy Jewick, but thanks for the donation, I am simp. Animals are vegan, donate tellers. Here's some videos of animals enjoying vegan food. Enjoy. Let me see. Pretty crazy how they can get jacked eating lettuce. You know, it's funny how he looks almost identical to Cali Muscle. Like, very little difference. If you put Cali Muscle in a zoo, you might actually think he belongs there.
Rich Piana and Pitriana and Rich Piana and Pitriana and Rich Piana and Pitriana. Richard Burgess and Bichard Burgess and Richard Burgess and Bichard Burgess and Richard Burgess and Bichard Burgess. 777 Vince Goodrumtillions 777 Vince Goodrumtillions 77 sextillions 777 quintillions 777 quadrillions 777 trillions 777 billion 777 million 777,777.
Yes. Thanks for the donation, Poopy Stinks. Appreciate it. Oh my god. Wow. Watermelon. Rhinos are really cute. Oh. Uh-oh. It's funny how they use their horns. Wow, they're really pretty. Oh my god. Oh, he's enjoying that melon. I think you might have given me the same link twice.
Hello, I eat vegetables until I'm extra full. I eat vegetables till I'm extra full. Hey, I eat vegetables until I'm extra full. I eat vegetables till I'm extra full. Hey.
Wow.
Sometimes I eat my celery with some peanut butter, and if I wanna add some raisins, I just go ask my mother. So hello, I eat vegetables.
I really like capybaras. I like how they become the biggest meme animal.
The alternative sites to house migrants?
The alternative site to Floyd Bennett Field.
That gorilla was so nice, I bet he could suck a golf ball through a hose pipe. So impressions, can you pretend you are tossing the salad with a person with flatulence? Please gains inverted question mark inverted exclamation mark 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 inverted question mark inverted exclamation mark. I am eating out a donut. Ho gains now. I fucked donut Cremo 77.
I don't know how I could possibly do an impression of licking somebody's ass who's farting. So, don't think I can do that, but could impersonate Peterson or something. Thanks for the donation, I am simp.
Well, in the conversation, as we know, as we
I'm sorry, I only have 18 seconds. Which are the sites that you propose as an alternative?
I don't have a proposal.
So you don't have a proposal alternative?
Whoop.
No proposed alternative.
Just no.
No solutions here. No ideas here. But Democrats, we're authorizing 500,000 work permits so people can get on their feet and support themselves. Democrats, we're proposing comprehensive immigration reform. Democrats, we're talking about saying, let's reassess our foreign policies so that people aren't fleeing and making sure that we aren't participating in the destabilization of what's happening abroad. And all I'm hearing right now is that we're not being met in the middle. No support, no path to citizenship, no identified alternatives, just grievances. We need to get it together and make sure that we're getting on the right page. And if the ideas being presented here in this committee are being disagreed with, I'd like to see some actual functional alternatives that center and preserve the dignity of both people who are coming here to fulfill an American dream and the
Did you know plan to violate the 14th Amendment and end birthright citizenship that Trump, Life of Pi Vivek, and many others want to enact echoes what the Nazis did back in the 30s in Germany?
Well, yeah. It's insane. They're just fascists. Trump makes racist pledge to end birthright citizenship, first day in office allowing for deportation of natural-born U.S. citizens. Nazis passed denaturalization law. Yep. The Republican Party has become far more radicalized, and they're unironically adopting Nazi policies. It's pretty crazy. Really hope for the foreseeable future we do not have any Republican presidents. Thanks for the nation, Ben.
Richard equals Sneed. Sneed Burgess. Jasmine Sneed Burgess. Richard's mandingo is the perfect size for Kali Muscles' tight gorilla asshole. Sit on my nose and lie to me, Pinocchio. Jordan Peterson is Tash Peterson's father. Dab. Dab for us, my nigga. Dab. Do it.
Dab. Dab on them haters. Thanks for the donation, Poopy Stinks. Appreciate it.
American citizens here who want to support them. And with that, I yield back to the chair. Thank you.
Yeah, I really like Ocasio-Cortez, especially over the last few years. I think she's gotten really good at her job, and I could see her being a good U.S. president, in maybe a decade. The only thing I probably disagree with her on is gun control. She probably has some really gay fucking stupid cucked idea when it comes to gun control. But otherwise, she would probably make a good US president.
What about putting on a fairy skirt and pretending to be my sissy biatch? Oh, Gaines, you are so strong, I bet you could crack an egg between your butt cheeks. I can make my jizz come out blue sometimes, Gaines. I could face paint you. Inverted question mark inverted exclamation mark 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 inverted question mark inverted exclamation mark. I smell smem.
Well, that sounds like fun. Thanks for the donation, I am simp. Alright, let's take a look at some Joey Carbstrong shit. This turned crazy fast. Dairy worker gaslights vegan but fails.
The farm that I work for is all organic dairy cows.
Yeah, they go to the slaughterhouse too.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
They do not. They've lived a long life. They've lived a happy life.
Happy life having their calf stolen?
Well,
I don't believe you.
you don't.
Nah, I think you're lying. So you support a dairy farm that kills baby animals, or like really young animals.
But you are.
And you wonder why vegans have a problem with it. So it's okay if you're in the cow's position and you're about to be decapitated. It's okay if you're going to be eaten, that's fine.
Yeah.
So wait a second,
Jesus. What are these people thinking? I remember I did a protest over at the Canadian National Exhibition. For a few years they had farmers come to the CNE where they would basically have these animal exhibits and there would be like dairy cows there and shit. And I ended up debating a farmer and some, like, stupid-ass fucking dumb cucks who also took the farmer's position. Just so that they could, like, feel like they won the debate, they'd bite the bullet on themselves being killed if they were being used for dairy. Like, why would you say something so stupid? And like think that you won the debate because you say, oh yeah, I'd be fine with being killed if somebody used me as a slave for dairy. They're like the dumbest fucking people. One donated to others, seen this already.
3, 2, go!
What the?
What is this?
I know. Yo, oh my god! Yo, Neon, he's dead. Look how mad he is. Neon, he's so... Neon. Oh! Oh, shit!
This is
30
fake.
seconds! Oh! Oh, he's done. Oh my god, Neon.
Dude.
Yeah, this is fake. Dude, what the fuck, bro? Yeah, that is so fake. Oh my god. That is bad. Thanks for that donation that won.
I'm confused. Please help me understand.
The farmers need money to survive. Like, they need to be able to live, they need to be able to pay for their houses, they need to be able to...
So does everyone. Cry me a river.
One thing I don't respect is how vegans are very aggressive towards meat eaters or
Was that being aggressive?
community. Yeah, telling us
In what way?
that we're wrong.
Telling you that you're wrong is aggressive? What's more aggressive? Us having the...
Did you know Jason Blaha is on for pound a little stronger than you? Also, if he chose to grow out his hair, it'd be less receded than yours.
Jason is about 5'7" tall. No shit, he's...
Mr. Hands gains Mr. Hands. I have dropped my hand in a vagina, but it's more like tinned tuna. I am 7,777,777 more wobbly than you gains. I'm jerking off, but I can't find the end of the basin. Can I kakapepev nugvjnft do nnjjkkkkmnnbgffc?
Sure, I don't see why not. Thanks for the donation, I am simp. So, Blaha's about 5'7" tall. No shit, his strength to weight ratio is going to be better than mine. He's way shorter than me. He's going to be lighter. And he's also on fucking steroids, so, like, that comparison is just fucking retarded. Whenever you talk about strength to weight ratio, like it is the most stupid fucking thing to bring up, because everybody's going to be a different height, they're going to have different body proportions. Taller people with longer limbs are just plain and simple going to have to be heavier to lift the same weights. Like, the strength to weight ratio thing is fucking stupid. It's like a cope for saying, oh, well, sure, you can bench 400 pounds, but, like, I can bench 250 pounds, but, like, that's twice my body weight, whereas you're only able to bench, like, 1.5 times your body weight. Like, it's fucking dumb. It's a cope for being weaker than someone else and then coming up with excuses for it. And I'm actually stronger than him. I can outlift him.
Bunch of bench strength of regaining it. This is the heaviest wider grip bench I have hit since being on YouTube.
Wider grip? That is not a wide grip.
Or since I was in my 20s. So very happy with this. I knew I was going to get it on the ramp up when I hit 315 like a warm up. Paused it, drove it. That lockout was slow. It was really hard, but I managed to get it. I'm super.
Yeah, so my best has been 380. So, Blaha, despite being on a ton of fucking steroids, and apparently eating an ideal diet, as he calls it, he's still weaker. He's still weaker than me.
Super happy with this because I got it with a pause.
And then, of course, the only thing he's going to fucking say is, oh, I'm on steroids, which is a retarded fucking excuse because he's on steroids. I'm not, but he's going to use that excuse. And he's probably going to say something stupid like, oh, those aren't calibrated plates, so that doesn't count. My fucking plates are actually heavier than what's listed on the thing, so in all likelihood, I probably benched like 385, maybe even 390. So, like, those are his only two excuses whenever anybody is stronger than him that he doesn't like. Either they're on steroids, or they're not using calibrated plates, so it doesn't count. Yeah, what a fucking idiot. Well, anyway.
This conversation right now, me saying I don't agree with you, I don't believe you. Or do you think decapitating veal cast for cheese is more aggressive? Hello.
Why are you...
How come you add artificial sweetener to coffee and not maple syrup or any other sugar? Well, because artificial sweetener has no calories, whereas something like maple syrup or sugar has calories in it. So for caloric control, it's obviously better to use an artificial sweetener. On top of that, if you sweeten something with actual sugar, it's bad for your teeth. It's also just not good for you, period. You should be limiting processed sugar intake. Right now, I have like nearly zero processed sugar intake. The only source of sugar in my diet is just the little bit of teriyaki sauce or sweet Thai chili sauce I put on some of my food. But that's it. So yeah, those are the two reasons.
Vegan instead of vegetarian.
So basically, for the same reason we boycott the meat industry, we also boycott eggs and dairy because they exploit, cause suffering to, and kill all the animals in the egg and dairy industries.
Not all egg and dairy industries. For example, free-range hens. A lot of my friends own farms, and they have free-range hens where they can walk wherever they want. They've got loads of space.
Yeah, they kill them all.
Walk around, and they're not kept in coops all the time. They lay their eggs out in fields and stuff. So it's very ethical for the chickens.
So you're talking about someone who just has a couple... That's not an industry.
No, she has like 1,000 chickens, and they produce...
Yeah, so they're all being killed.
Loads and loads of eggs.
Oh, no, that's not good.
This is
that's not good.
Or, for example, the farm that I work for, it's all organic dairy, cows.
Yeah, they go to the slaughterhouse too.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
They do not. I've grown up on this farm.
So wait a second. What do they do with the calves?
They let the calves grow into
And where do they go?
So they keep all the females, and they sell the males to whoever.
Slaughterhouse?
No, not slaughterhouses. So whoever...
Where do they
sell
go?
them to other farmers. It's for their, like, wherever they want to
And
do
where do
with
they go
cows.
then?
That's not like our thing.
They go to the slaughterhouse.
Okay, but that's not the point of...
Slaughter is inherent part of dairy.
Yeah, but that's just going to happen, isn't it?
Like, I love how she just tries to ignore the fact that they get murdered and just glosses over that important detail.
I'm
saying it's not justified and it's not vegan because of it.
If you want to find, like, dairy that's
Now, the
organic,
1,000 hens that your friend has, what is she going to do with them all when they stop producing eggs?
when they stop producing eggs, they just keep them. until they die.
1,000 hens, and then so her business goes out of business. So she goes out of business.
They don't all stop producing at the same time.
No, I know, but
So
I'm saying, does she replace them?
She'll get new ones in.
And then she'll keep the other 1,000, and she'll have 2,000, and she'll have 3,000.
Yeah, but as in, you're not going to have 1,000 that aren't
Well, they live
producing
for
at the
8
same
years.
time. Yeah, but they're not all going to stop producing eggs at the same time.
Their production.
They're not all going to die at the same time.
Okay, so you know for a fact that she doesn't send them off.
Well, I don't know for a fact, but she doesn't
Okay.
produce chicken meat, so she doesn't send them off to be slaughtered.
Yeah, here we go.
She doesn't have to produce the chicken meat, but she can send them to a slaughterhouse to be replaced.
Yeah, but they're not.
If she's got a business, an egg laying business, well, look, maybe she doesn't.
But I'm saying
she doesn't.
You don't have to buy from a big.
Like, I don't know what they're expecting or what they're hoping to do when they get into conversations like this, because she's clearly trying to gaslight Joey into thinking, oh, none of the animals are killed and they live this like happy life. And then obviously when he presses her and questions her, she has to admit, oh yeah, all these animals get murdered. It's like You honestly thought you could convince a vegan activist that animals aren't getting killed in these industries? Like the strategy would be to try to justify the murder, right? But like instead, she's just trying to gaslight and trick him into thinking like, oh, none of these animals are killed. So like that strategy is obviously fucking failed.
Big, like industry companies.
But do you?
No.
I've had time to think since our live debate and it has given me nightmares. My message wasn't being perceived by your audience as intended. Now I will challenge you to a wrestling match, no punches, just a test of pure strength.
Well, I think I would win that wrestling match because I'm a lot more jacked than you are. I actually measured my arms the other day and I was surprised. I thought they were going to be smaller because I lost a bit of weight, but I think they might have actually increased in size. Without a pump, they were about 19.25 inches. So I think if I got a pump, they would be 20 inches, which is pretty crazy because I measured them at 20 inches like a year ago when I was like fatter. So I think my arms have actually grown quite a bit. Thanks for the donation, though, Father Joseph Sedan.
Gains are gains. Would you give a reach around for a brother in need? The windows keep opening and closing. Gains, they are here. My dog wiggling his butt trying to look all sexy. It's weird. Gains inverted question mark inverted exclamation mark 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 inverted question mark inverted exclamation mark. England sucks balls. I never will go back there.
England does suck. I don't know how anybody lives in the UK. It's one of the most cucked fucking countries on earth. Your government is completely and utterly inept. The amount of ridiculous, irresponsible spending, while there's such a huge issue with poverty, homelessness, lack of jobs. And to top it all off, the weather fucking sucks. Like, it's just... It rains all the fucking time, and you have bad winters where it's cold and wet and shit. Like you don't even have the benefit of, like, nice weather. So you have to deal with all that fucking bullshit, and the weather sucks, and you have to, like, stay indoors. Like, fuck the UK. Thanks for the donation, though, I am simp. The Only Path to $20 watch this nice mini documentary about the fridge. That with that weird animal that climbs up the fridge, it's a Hyrax. I know what a Hyrax is, but I just didn't recognize the animal. They share an evolutionary history with elephants. Wow, look at him bounce. Yeah, that's a cute animal. Oh my god. That's a good Hyrax. Look at him. Wonder what it's like to keep a Hyrax as a pet. Uh-oh. Is he gonna chew? Oh no. Oh no. Not the USB cable. Oh, hey Prim Prim. You wanna say hi? This is what I got in place of a Hyrax. I got a cat Rax. This is my cat Rax. So handsome, Prim Prim. So handsome, and I love you. You know that? I love you. Mwah. I love you so much. Such a good boy. So soft. So cuddly. So sweet. Mwah. The best kitty. Oh wait, we already saw that one. Oh my god. Is that, what is that? Is that an albino, muskrat or something? Albino beaver. Huh. Yeah, it looks funny. Wow. Oh my god. Baby bison are really cute. Yeah. Full circle. Is that your Instagram page? I don't know who that is. Thanks for that donation, though, The Only Path. Thanks for the gifted sub, Isaac. Appreciate that. Let's see. Dodo donated $2, says watch.
You might think that you know the story of the dodo, that fat, flightless bird that once roamed the mountainous tropical forests of the island of Mauritius in the Indian Ocean. It's long been a poster child for extinction and an example of an evolutionary mistake, a species whose eventual demise at the hands of humans was...
Icky's arms are smaller, but why do they look bigger than yours, VG? Is it the camera? Thanks.
Here, and for some reason, people always comment about how small I am, and yes, we all know that I have bad arm genetics.
Yeah, this is the video where he faked his arm measurement. I think he said they were 17, but they're actually like 15.
Get it around. Get it over the top so we can't argue about it being too loose. Alright, get it completely wrapped over. Oh, this is more work than...
You are the biggest hypoxia on YouTube. Literally everything that you just said right now about the UK sounds literally identical to shithole Canada, but I would argue Canada is a lot more worse. Most overrated country in the world. F. Trudeau.
Well, yeah, Canada's becoming a shithole. The biggest issue that's making it a shithole is the housing cost. If housing costs were actually reasonable, Canada would be pretty good, but Trudeau's running the country into the ground, for sure. Thanks for the donation, Jimmy.
And I thought, let's see how junkies do this shit. Okay, let's pull the right one.
Yeah, and he did it super loose.
Okay.
Yeah, 17 when it's super loose.
Let's see where I'm at. And if you guys can see, 17 and a quarter.
Yeah, sure. Right. Oh my god. Blaha's a fucking joke. It's like 15 and a half at best.
Gaines owning a cat is not vegan, they are evil little fuckers. We bought a cat because we had mice problems, but the little shit eats squirrels, lizards, fucking anything. They are evil. Gaines, maybe they need to suckle off a human breast after birth. Gulp.
Well, don't let the cat outside. If you just keep the cat indoors, then you wouldn't have that problem. Thanks for the donation, though, I'm Simp.
Was pretty much inevitable. Even the dodo's name is rumored to have come from a Portuguese word for simpleton. I've been called worse. But it turns out that the things you might have heard about the dodo are just not true. And this is partially because when it went extinct, nobody actually noticed. No one was really worried about preserving any information about it until it was too late. It would take a new discovery in 2005 for us to realize that almost all of our old assumptions about it were just totally wrong. It turns out we didn't know the dodo at all. So what is the real story of the dodo? How did such a unique bird even evolve in the first place? And are we really responsible for its extinction? Well, much like the dodo itself, the answers to these questions are not so simple. As far as we can tell, people never spent much time on Mauritius until the early 16th century, when sailors began stopping there on their travels. The first written records of the dodo date to 1598. Dutch sailors described it as fat, slow, and so oblivious to threats that it could be caught and killed easily. And even though they apparently weren't especially tasty, a single chonky dodo could feed so many sailors that they were hunted in large numbers. 60 years later, the dodo was gone. The last widely accepted sighting dates to around 1660, but no one is really sure exactly when it disappeared because no one was really paying attention. In fact, the concept of an entire species being gone forever hadn't really caught on in Western science yet. Extinction wouldn't even be proposed until around a century later in the late 1700s. So it wasn't until well after the dodo had already vanished that scientists started paying attention. See, when the British took over Mauritius in 1810, a major boom in interest in natural history was unfolding. And by that point, tales of the dodo were so odd that at first British naturalists wondered if it ever had been real at all, likening it to a mythical phoenix. In 1816, they held a meeting to ask the island's oldest inhabitants if they remember the dodo or any talk of it. Now, over 150 years had passed since the last known sighting, so unsurprisingly, they did not. All that was left were some Dutch illustrations and stories, many of which contradicted each other, as well as a few bones and body parts scattered in museums throughout Europe. The world had been left without even one complete dodo. In 1848, two naturalists working at Oxford published their first scientific work on the animal. They'd used what little evidence they'd been able to gather and study, and drew from the various Dutch accounts from centuries earlier. They called it a strange, abnormal bird with a grotesque appearance, which seems needlessly mean, but they were at least convinced that it had once existed. They concluded that it was some odd form of pigeon, an idea that they were widely ridiculed for at the time. And for a long time, that's about as complete a picture of the rise and fall of the dodo as we had. But in 2005, all that began to change. Excavations at a swamp on the island unearthed more than 200 dodo bones, giving researchers a chance to study the animal in a new light. The site allowed them to understand the broader ecosystem of the dodo and put the species into its actual ecological context for the first time. And what the researchers found was surprising. The dodo's supposed stupidity wasn't a result of having evolved in a sheltered paradise that left them fat, happy, and complacent. The swamp and the dodos it preserved told a totally different story. What the researchers saw was an ecosystem characterized by significant environmental challenges. Climatic instability and extreme weather events like cyclones and droughts were
I put my dodo into a ho-ho, yes, my dodo in a ho-ho. I like the chocolate ho-ho or coffee ho-ho, I don't like the milky ho-ho. I was scared of herpes gains. If you get a job off a ho-ho with a cold sore, will you get a scabby ring piece? Inverted question mark, inverted exclamation mark, 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 inverted question mark, inverted exclamation mark. Oh.
I'm not sure, to be honest. Thanks for the donation, I am Simp.
I'm mad you didn't read my comment in the chat. You asshole, I just subscribed. Isaac Thomspon.
What was your comment in chat? Why didn't you just ask in the dono? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, what's your opinion on the death penalty? Sorry, I missed that. I think it's unethical. So there are certainly people who deserve the death penalty, but it violates your constitutional right to a fair trial. So new evidence can come forward in a criminal case decades later. That's not uncommon. And if you give somebody the death penalty when new evidence could come forward, that violates your constitutional right to a fair trial. I also don't like the idea that the government could execute its own citizens. There's a huge issue with that could lead to killing of, say, political dissenters. So I'm not in favor of the death penalty for that reason, even though there are certainly people who deserve the death penalty.
Were common. For example, the site documented a drought 4,200 years ago that caused animals to flock to the area in search of fresh water. The stress of this event even left a mark in the bones of the dodos themselves. These marks came in the form of lines of arrested growth, which reveal periods where growth slowed as the animal struggled to find resources. So the fact that dodos as a species were able to survive and thrive under these kinds of repeated challenges over evolutionary time meant that they must have actually been pretty resilient and well adapted to their unpredictable home. And the more complete skeletons from this swampy bone bed even reveal that the birds had a number of impressive adaptations for their environment. For example, they had strong legs, which would have helped them get around in their mountainous environment. And they had big skulls that housed a pretty large brain with well-developed olfactory regions, suggesting they had a good sense of smell. Plus, as the field of ancient DNA has advanced over the last 2 decades, we've even been able to study dodo genetics in increasing detail. This has revealed that dodos are indeed most closely related to doves and pigeons, confirming the idea proposed by Oxford researchers back in 1848. Okay, but so how did they end up becoming so unusual compared to their closest living relatives? Well, it seems that dodos emerged from a flying Asian pigeon ancestor that began crossing the Indian Ocean around 43 million years ago. As a chain of volcanic islands began to form in the ocean around this time, the birds used them as stepping stones on their travels. Eventually, when Mauritius emerged from the waves around 7 million years ago, the dodo's ancestors arrived by air, settled into their new home, and became flightless. After all, evolution is about trade-offs. And in an environment without any predators, the ability to fly simply wasn't worth the energy cost. It's a process we've seen happen time and time again with birds that arrive on islands without animals they need to evade. Flight becomes unnecessary, wings become vestigial, and bodies become bulky, sometimes comically so. Okay, so if the dodo was actually pretty well adapted to its environment rather than being an evolutionary mistake, then what happened to them? Like, why did they go extinct? Well, the classic story is that we simply ate them to extinction because they were too easy to catch. But in reality, it seems that this was less a result of our appetite and more our habit of altering the delicate balance of ecosystems wherever we go. You see, dodos had one key vulnerability that may have spelled their downfall, an Achilles heel, if you will, that put them at risk even before they were born. They only laid one large egg at a time, and on the ground too, rather than hidden away in some treetop nest. And when people arrived on Mauritius, we brought a couple of very egg-hungry associates with us. The associates I'm talking about are pigs and rats. These creatures have devastated a range of island bird species across the world after being introduced, regardless of whether those birds seemed intelligent or agile or not. So it wasn't exactly us humans that doomed the dodo, not directly at least, nor was it necessarily their supposed lack of smarts and speed. Far from being the hopeless sitting duck that it may have seemed at first glance, the dodo was for the most part an evolutionary success. It was a species superbly adapted to its specific ecological conditions. Until, of course, we and other mammals that we traveled with suddenly changed those conditions.
Fascinating.
Can you explain more, PLS? Your answer was very bland and I wish you had more to say. I'm a bit disappointed. Next time I'll ask Lionheart Stoop the question. Thanks, Isaac Thompson.
Okay then. Thanks for the donation, Isaac Thompson. Yeah, I saw that Nick is gonna be debating Sean Baker and Run Name the Trait. That is gonna be a epic steamroll. That is gonna be so great. I'm sure if Sean knew what he was getting into, he wouldn't agree to the debate. Sean has dodged a debate with me. So if he's afraid of me, you know, obviously he doesn't know Nick, so that's gonna be funny. What you doing, kitty? I have a kitty on my lap. Hmm? You just relaxing here, little kitty? Yeah, just having a relax. Got a goop in your eye. I am thirsty, but I have a cat sitting on me. So that makes it nearly impossible to get up and get a drink. This is the best cat. Prismo is just so handsome. Just look at this son of a bitch. Hmm? You're so handsome. Mwah. He smells really good too. I love kitty smell. Oh.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, extraordinarily, intransigently, individualistically, intellectualizations, internationalities, uncharacteristically, unconstitutionality, counterproductive, counter-revolutionaries, again, 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 again.
Yes. Thanks for the donation, I am Sim. Appreciate it. I'm just gonna go grab a drink. Be right back. Yeah. I suppose. Alright, I am back. Yo, check out this thing. Dude. Oh. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Look at this big chonker. I got a stick shift for playing race sims. This thing is so fucking heavy and chonky. Just listen to it. Yeah, this weighs like 5 pounds. That is nutty. Psyched to actually use it once I get the fucking desk mount I need for the racing wheel.
You're vegan?
No, I'm not a vegan. So you
So
can
do you
buy
eat meat?
from smaller businesses. Yeah, I eat meat.
Then why are we having a debate about some exotic scenario for eggs and dairy when you eat animals?
Because I can understand being vegetarian if that's your personal choice. But me personally, I believe that animals, a lot of them are bred to be killed.
Dude, that's a bizarre thing to say when she just acknowledged that all of these cows and chickens get murdered. So you'd think she'd understand veganism, not just vegetarianism. Like, what's the difference between vegetarianism and eating meat? Like, there's nothing. Like, aside from maybe the total number of animals killed, but animals are still being killed.
Like, they're not bred to, like...
Does that make it
enjoy
okay
life.
if they're bred to be killed?
If an animal is bred and it has a good, like, life, like, it's allowed to roam wherever and it's, like, lives a long, good life, and then it's killed, then I think that's fine. It's lived a long enough time.
How long?
Well, it depends how
long are the animals living where you get your meat from?
From my meat, I get from my dairy farm, where...
So that's the only place you eat. So outside of your dairy farm, you're vegan? Your
yeah,
friends
pretty
there?
much.
She a vegan outside of her dairy farm where she works? Yeah, nod. Yeah, nod. So you never eat meat outside or dairy or anything outside of your situation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cream in the slime, don't slime in the cream. Parrots eat nuts, gains I eat nuts, I have nuts. If you eat on a knife and sliced your anal sphincter, could the perform surgery and fix it? It's my biggest fear. Inverted question mark, inverted exclamation mark, 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 inverted question mark, inverted exclamation mark. Give me a woo pass.
Yes, I'm sure you could eat on a knife and slice your anal sphincter if you wanted to. Thanks for the donation, I am Simp. Yeah, this is like just textbook carnist gaslighting. Oh, no animals get killed on my friend's, egg and dairy farm, and I only eat meat, like, when I'm on my farm or some shit, but I'm vegan all the rest of the time. Oh, it's just cancer.
Okay, so when's your last time you ate a vegan meal? Where from?
Yeah, Blaha.
Okay, cool.
But I'm saying...
Are you a vegan? Okay.
I'm saying, like, with the dairy farm, the female cows, when they stop producing milk, so after 8-9 years, they'll stop producing milk. And then that's when the cows are sent off to a slaughterhouse, and they've lived a long life, they've had kids.
So I thought you said your dairy farm don't go to a slaughterhouse.
No, that's chickens. All organic dairy cows.
Yeah, they go to the slaughterhouse too.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
They do not. That's a different farm.
No. I asked you about the dairy farm, and you said they keep the females, and then you said that the males go to a farm and don't get slaughtered, and I said they're getting slaughtered. But now you're saying after 9 years that organic dairy farm.
I didn't say the males get to farm and don't get slaughtered. I said they get sold to different farms where it's not really.
Yeah, but then
anything
you
to do
also
with
told me that the mothers are kept, and now you're saying they're actually being kept till 9 years and being slaughtered.
Well, until they stop producing milk, and then they've lived a long life.
So why would I be okay with that?
They've lived a long life. They've lived a happy life.
Happy life having their calf stolen?
Well, you could say humans. If you get euthanized, you've lived like a long life, and you don't want to be
What's
alive
the life
anymore.
they've only lived like less than half their
Someone
lifespan,
is stupid and lying.
How long's the lifespan of a cow?
Probably about 15 years, yeah.
20, 25?
25 years. Really?
Well, you can just Google it up on your phone right now if you like, but yeah, it's 25. 20, 25, some
Do you know
live
how
till
long
30, 35.
Cows can produce milk for how many years?
It just depends on the cow, really. Some are slaughtered really young because they don't actually come into calf. So, like, on average, I think it's 6.7 years.
Yep.
But some can be on the higher end, some can be on the lower end. Farmers will kill them for small reasons. Just they're not calving properly, so they don't want them, and they'll just send them to be slaughtered. Your claim to me here is that you are completely vegan outside of this dairy farm that you work at. I don't believe you.
Yeah, well, I
don't believe you.
You don't?
Nah, I think you're lying. I still don't agree with this dairy farm or this egg farm, but
So you-
I think that you're making it up. Yeah.
You don't agree with, like, organic or...
No, I'm just saying that you're making up that you eat plant-based outside of these two situations, even though I don't agree.
Gene Quavius Cumberdale donated $2 completely random content. Let me see.
If you listen to mainstream fitness, You've probably heard that you need to consume a large quantity of protein immediately after your workout. They want you to buy that protein shake right away while you're still at the gym, or at least buy a tub of protein powder to keep at home so you can shovel it into a protein shaker and bring it with you and have it immediately after your workout. They don't want you to know that protein powders are highly processed and generally made from low quality ingredients. You're much better off just eating real food. The other reason that you
This guy is tiny, and he is giving nutrition advice.
shouldn't eat right away after your workout is because you're negating the increased metabolic effect caused by strength training. Because once you eat, your body stops burning fat.
That is not true. That's not how fat loss works.
And starts storing it. I'm Al Cavadlo, and we're working.
Yeah, that was all stupid. Protein powder's highly processed. I don't care if something's processed, I care if something's good or bad for me. Protein powder is not bad for you, and it aids with muscle growth. And as far as, like, you know, controlling your calories and macros, protein powder's great. Red meat is also terrible for you. I also love how these people are, like, against processed foods and shit. Look at this guy's teeth. He has rotten fucking corn niblets for teeth. Like, how the fuck are your teeth so bad, but you avoid sugar? It doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, do you not brush? Just fucking weird.
I'm having trouble chatting up women. Women keep telling me to fuck off. Women tell me that I smell. We call those girls skanky chavs in England gains. I bet they have at least one STD. I wouldn't let them keep warm off the steam of my piss gains. Can gay men squirt gains? Forever young inverted question mark inverted exclamation mark 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 pee pee poo pee pee poo pee pee poo pock.
That's good to know. Thanks for the donation, I am simp.
Many women find me repugnant. Women just don't seem to like me. Women think that I'm a bit mental.
Wonder why.
Women move away when I approach them. Women just don't want to know me. Women look at me with disgust. Women think that I'm a pervert. I need a woman to iron my shirts. I need a woman to make my dinner. I need a woman to wash my pants.
Don't we all?
I need a woman to have sex with. I need a woman to fulfill my depraved sexual urges. I want a woman to spank my buttocks. I want a woman to fist me up my ass. I want a woman to do a dump on my face.
I think we can all relate.
I came looking for booty.
You came looking for sex with an underage boy?
Oh, no, I ain't come looking for no little boys. I ain't got no milk, no cookies, nothing. I came looking for man's butt. I know who you are, Chris Hansen. But see, I calls you Chris Handsome. Now, I tell you what, I like you, and I want you. Now, we can do this the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours.
Oh, Sam, I say you come here. I'll tell you what. Now I like you, and I want you. We can do it the easy way or the hard way. So the choice is yours, right?
Yeah, I've seen this. They let Fleece Johnson out. He's a bit of a wacko. Yeah, he got out. He likes his kitty. Oh my god. Aww. Aw, he loves his kitty. I like seeing animals get along with each other. It's nice. Thanks for the donation, Jaquavius. Vegan Prince donated $2. Now this really brought back good old days. Let me see.
Can you say it's over 9,000 in both Vegeta's voice and Ryuk's voice?
Wow, can I say it's over 9,000 in both Vegeta's voice and Ryuk's voice? Let's see, Vegeta. I'm gonna go through the Rolodex of voices.
Did he sound like this?
No, that's not Vegeta. Ooh, did he sound like that? No, that's not Vegeta. Oh, Vegeta. Yes, the Saiyan Prince. What does Nappa say? You gotta do Nappa's line, though. What does he say?
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level?
It's over 9,000! That's what he says. And if Ryuk said it, I don't know, he's a death god. What would he would be asking about how many apples do you want to eat right now? Well, how many are in the apple bin? It's over 9,000.
I didn't know the guy who voiced Vegeta also did Ryuk. That's interesting. Cool. Thanks for the donation, Vegan Prince. Yeah, DBZ and Death Note were just great.
Agree with those two situations.
You've got to think though, if people didn't have...
Is that true? Am I right?
No, I do eat plant-based outside of these.
Yeah, so you're completely plant-based outside of those two situations?
Yes.
Okay.
She's lying.
Like, people without eating meat and everything, a lot, like millions of people will lose their jobs. Like people go bankrupt and everything, they'll struggle.
Do you think it's bad to slaughter cows?
No, it depends.
It's not bad?
It would depend, yeah.
So why are you trying to justify it? Why would you care? Why wouldn't you just eat meat out of here if it's not bad to slaughter cows?
I do. I think it depends how the cow's killed.
Just say like a bolt gun in the head and a knife across the throat. Is that okay? That's good?
It's always a gun. Yeah,
I know what it is. I said a bolt gun in the head and a knife across the throat. How do they get their head off?
Oh, I don't know.
Then use a knife.
I'm saying as in like, if you know where your meat is coming from, you know like
slaughterhouse.
how it's killed, then I think it's okay to eat if you agree with that. But
I'm just asking if you agree with animals being decapitated so you can eat them.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Would it be okay if you were in their position?
Yeah, farming provides a lot of
So it's
jobs.
okay if you're in the cow's position and you're about to be decapitated. It's okay if you're going to be eaten. That's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you've been bred for it.
Yeah.
But
So if you're bred right now, you found out you're actually bred to be eaten. We just take you to the slaughterhouse. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. And you wouldn't mind if you were actually found out recently that you'd been bred to be slaughtered and you're going to go to the slaughterhouse? That'd be cool.
If I was in the wild, then like I'm in the wild, and I'm left alone, But if I'm in a slaughterhouse and I was brought up to do that, then sure, it's fine.
It's great.
Like, imagine just biting the bullet on a position like that. Yeah, if somebody wanted to kill me, I'd be like, yeah, sure, I guess it's time for me to die, whatever. These people are retarded.
Right? Yeah. Okay, it's cool. You wouldn't actually mind being an animal in a slaughterhouse yourself, so you don't feel like you're a hypocrite. So murder's actually fine then, in your eyes.
Well, that's the difference though, because murder is committed often with like an objective, like in a sort of in a hatred way. Like if I murdered someone,
you can murder someone with a smile on your face if you want.
Yeah, but that's kind of
Still murder.
psychotic.
Murder
It's in
is-
the state.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Murder's
That's
just
kind
taking
of
someone's
psychotic.
life against their will.
Yeah,
Stealing
but
someone's
it's-
life against their will.
I don't kill a cow thinking like I hate cows. Like this cow's done
never said
me
that.
wrong.
I could
would-
just kill you and
Oh
say
my
I want
God.
to eat you. That's still murder.
I mean, that's your choice if you want to do that. But like, you don't kill cows thinking.
But I'm advocating-
Oh, I want
I'm
to kill
advocating-
this cow because I hate this cow. You
You
kill
don't
the cow
think-
thinking, I need meat. I need to eat meat.
You don't
or-
need to eat. Do you need to eat meat?
Yeah, me personally, I feel like I need to eat meat to keep
You
my
feel
body
like,
healthy.
I mean, saying, do you objectively need to eat meat?
I think I need to eat meat. Yes.
And based on what belief?
Because when I'm a growing person, I think meat is a very important part of your diet.
What do you mean, a growing person? You're a fucking fully grown adult. What the fuck does she mean by that? Jesus.
I mean, there's obviously like other options for not eating meat, but I
Okay,
believe
so
that
why wouldn't you choose those options?
because eating meat is the best way of getting protein and lots of other nutrition in your diet.
It's the best way.
Yeah, I
And
think
what
it's the best
other
way.
nutrition? What do you mean lots of other nutrition?
So, like, such if the animal was grass-fed, you're going to get a lot of like the you get vitamins in your meat as well.
Yeah,
It will
I mean
have-
those vitamins come from
Oh,
grass. I mean,
boy.
why can't you get vitamins and minerals from plant foods?
Well, you can, but
So what specific nutrient in meat that, or vitamin in meat that you said protein?
yeah, protein.
So you can't get adequate protein from plants?
well,
And they can't get
you
adequate...
can get some, but I think the best, fastest way to get it is from meat.
Yeah.
I personally, I'm anemic, so I have to take iron tablets and everything. If I don't, I will pass out. So when I'm eating, I'm not vegetarian, I'm not vegan. You know, I like eating meat sometimes, but and like I have thought about becoming.
Like, that's so insanely stupid. So she admits she's anemic, and she needs to take iron supplements, but you eat meat. That's just an acknowledgement that you can't get all the nutrition you need from animal products. You need to take a supplement. Like, how the fuck do these, like, how are these people so fucking stupid and they don't realize, like, they're contradicting themselves? Oh yeah, you need to eat meat to get all your nutrition. Oh, I'm anemic.
I'm vegetarian, like I'm nothing against.
Oh my
people that
God.
do that, you know, they have their own beliefs and everything.
Well, your friend here's a vegan.
Yeah, I know, and I understand that.
So if you need meat for growth so much, why are you vegan outside of this situation, this egg and dairy situation?
Because I eat from there a lot. So I say about 4 out of 7 of my like weekly like dinners, lunches, like every day, will be with meat.
So
or
how are they
dairy.
giving you all this meat if they only slaughter their cows once every 9 years?
Because
And there's not a slaughterhouse at this farm.
it's not everybody's buying from this farm.
No, 1 second. How are you getting enough meat to
Dude.
sustain yourself 4 times a week from a farm?
I actually like the strategy that Joey used here, and he, like, rather than just outright calling her out for lying, clearly, he let her develop the story that she gets meat from a farm that only ever kills their cows, like, every 9 years or something. Because now it just sounds so retarded. Like, how the fuck is she getting that much meat from a farm that, like, never slaughters their animals?
That slaughters their cows once every 9 years until 9 years.
Kill more than 1 cow every 9 years.
And these dairy cows, right? They go to the slaughterhouse and become meat in their butchers. Is that what happens?
They're not butchers, no.
So wait a second.
But
Wait a
it's
second.
not their-
I'm getting
it's not
confused.
their-
Please help me understand. This farm shop, this organic dairy farm shop,
Yeah.
that you only eat from ever, sells meat somehow. Where does this meat come from?
Well, because it's not their like it's not their butcher shop. They don't. It's not like solely just meat. So they will be sent away, and then some of it will be sent back.
Who will be sent away?
Cows.
So it only sells dairy cows
Oh,
from their
boy.
own
Farm. Yes.
farm in this shop.
Yes.
What's the name of it?
I don't feel comfortable to tell you the name of them because that's.
Well, it's a business. Okay,
but
you don't have to tell me.
Sure.
I don't believe you. That sounds like I know a lot about. I know a lot about smallholders. I know a lot about I know a lot about small farm shops and that. I think you're making stories up, personally. I don't think this situation
To be
exists.
honest, you're being quite aggressive, but no.
No, I'm not being aggressive. I just think you're making stories up. I mean, it's okay to. I just don't think that this place exists, and I think maybe it's just a farm shop that sells all different animals that are being slaughtered.
No, I tell you, it does not sell.
Does it sell bacon?
No. 'cause
Just cows.
Just cows. Just beef.
It's a production, so they have these cows that have been bred
She is
for hunting,
such a
been treated
liar.
really well, and then they go in to get slaughtered. Yeah, sure, get killed. Right, they get sent to the butcher, and then come back to the farm market, right, where they sell like the dairy, the cheese, and everything, right. And so the cows, some of the production, they come back, and you know you get the little packets of ham or
Ham is a
steak
pig.
or something. You're not seen thing.
Anyways, so there's this imaginary dairy farm shop that I don't believe exists, or it operates a little differently to what you're saying. That's all. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist in the way that you're saying it does.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. But anyways, I still think that's wrong. Yes, it's still wrong to decapitate those cows, even after 9 years. For a sandwich, I think it's unjustified. Do you think it's completely fine and you wouldn't mind being in the cow's position?
No,
That's what you're saying?
I think it's completely just
fine.
If the cow's lived a good, like, long life, happy life, like it's had like all the space to do whatever it wants
You mean,
to do.
no, half of their natural lifespan and having their calves taken and sent away,
Well, no,
which
their-
is what
their
happens at
calves
the
aren't-
dairy farm that you're from.
No, calves aren't taken away.
You said they're taken to a separate farm.
No. They keep all the females and they sell the males to other farmers. If it's males, they'll keep them until they're like 8 months and they do rose veal.
They kill them for veal. So 8 months. Does that sound like living a nice, long, natural life and then getting
That's
killed?
a bit different though, isn't it? Because if
No.
if there's no purpose for the males on the farm, you're going to lose money.
Exactly. I'm not talking
Yeah.
about ethics here. We're talking about ethics, right? So you support a dairy farm that kills baby animals or like really young animals.
But what I'm saying
and
is
you wonder why why
they could-
vegans have a
They
problem
could
with
do
it.
white veal. They could do white veal, which is way less ethical.
Of course, they could boil the animals alive, which is even worse. But I'm saying that
Do
just
way less
because there's
ethical, but
worse.
I'm saying that the farmers need money to
Yeah,
survive.
let's
Like,
cherry
they
coke.
need to be able to live. They need to be able to pay for their houses. They need to be
Oh,
able
mate,
to.
so does
pay all
everyone.
the-
Cry me a
so
river.
does everybody else. But
So
farming,
does everyone
farming,
here. But they managed to do it without
farming
decapitating.
provides a lot of jobs in the country. Farming provides so many jobs.
So does plant farming.
they
but I
don't.
still don't think it justifies decapitations.
I think it does. I mean, honestly, people need to be able to live. People need to be able to pay their bills.
You
and
think
farming
it's justified for
provides-
you to be killed for a burger? I mean, no one thinks that.
Well, that's
I
because
think you should be.
it's not-
I don't think that. I
that's
think you should be
because it's not the
protected.
norm. If it was normal for people to
Yeah,
kill
but
other
you
people,
believe it's fine to decapitate you and take you to a slaughterhouse.
A cow, but it's illegal to kill a child or a teenager. Or
Yeah, and I'm saying you're saying it doesn't matter because it's,
Cup my balls during the day and eat the cheese. I feel like a tea leaf in the rain gains. The clouds are bukake on me, I am gay gay gay. Keith is shouting up at my window gains. Keith is a circle jerker gains, he forces me to play soggy biscuit gains.
That's good to know. Thanks for the donation, I am Sim. Appreciate it.
it's fine if you're raised for food to be killed.
It's
You
legal.
too.
Wait, what do you eat then?
Plant foods.
Plant foods.
What sort
Yeah.
of plant foods?
Well, oh my god, every single, a myriad of plant foods.
And is your plant food like organically sourced?
No,
No.
I don't think.
So
I think
it
it's a
could
scam.
be
Organic's a scam.
Pesticides and everything on it.
So
Sorry?
it can have pesticides on it. It could be
So?
in farmland that
Why are
takes
pesticides?
down.
What's the matter with pesticides? We need them.
Kills bugs.
They stunt your health. They affect mental health and everything.
Evidence? Do you have any evidence of that?
Pesticides kills things like bugs.
They
and
have
bees.
to because if we
Yeah,
don't
but
protect our.
then that-
$1 have you reacted to this? Why are conservatives supporting Putin and saying that Ukrainians are terrorists?
And Colonel, good to see you. Putin says today in this kind of big speech that everyone's talking about that Ukraine has lost 71,000 soldiers during this counteroffensive that achieved nothing. What do you make?
That is total bullshit. They regained a ton of territory. They've destroyed a ton of Russian armor as well. And the attritional losses are about 1 to 4 on average. So that is an absolute lie.
Make of that 71,000 soldiers killed just during the counteroffensive on the Ukrainian side. Do those numbers sound accurate to you?
Well, they're certainly plausible because
Yeah, I don't even think those numbers are accurate.
about 4 weeks ago, literally a month ago, we counted over 60,000 dead. And that's based on satellite photography, looking at bodies lying on the ground, looking at cemeteries that are filling up, and also receiving reports from on the ground inside Ukraine about the masses of dead and
That is an incredibly stupid and inaccurate way of calculating deaths. I don't think they're nearly that high.
horribly wounded people. So I think it's plausible. Can I confirm it? I can't, but I would say that the
Yeah,
Russian
what's the resource? That sounds way too fucking high. So that would be what? 120,000, 130,000 roughly in the last like 3 months? Yeah, that sounds way too high.
Russians have been far, far closer to the truth when they report casualties than the Ukrainians have.
General Mark Milley is saying.
Sorry, what? Let me back up.
General Mark.
Truth when they report closer to the far say that the Russian I can't, but I would say that the Russians have been far closer to the truth when they report casualties than the Ukrainians have.
That is what he's trusting the Russian data. So this is Russian data apparently, so you know it's a lie. He thinks Russian fucking casualty data is more accurate than Ukrainian or US? That is insane. So first of all, Russians don't even calculate their own troop deaths. They literally do not keep a tally of, like, a death count for their side. And they're obviously going to fucking lie if they're estimating Ukrainian deaths. So the most accurate way, obviously, of reporting Ukrainian deaths is official reports from Ukraine. Individual troops or battalions or something will just report casualties. That will go to the defense minister or something, and then that just gets calculated in the tally. How the fuck is that less accurate than listening to Russian propaganda and them saying, oh, this is based on satellite data and shit like that? Fuck off. What a liar.
General Mark Milley is saying that this time is running out here. He basically says that we've seen some gains, we're some good progress here. And he said, I said at the very beginning of this that this was going to be long, slow, hard, high casualty producing. That's exactly what it is. But he thinks that there's confidence. He has a lot of confidence that, Ukraine is going to break.
Russia has absolutely no ability to make any offensive action. They are completely on the defensive. Their resources are nearly entirely depleted. That's why they're begging North Korea for support. They're not getting support from any other nation, including China, so they can't buy any munitions from anybody. They basically have no armor left. They have practically zero tanks. The only advantage they have right now is air superiority, and that's going to end soon once Ukraine gets the F-16s.
Through in the next 45 days or so before the bad weather sets in. What do you make of Mark Milley's comments?
Well, setting aside whether or not anybody wants to listen to Mark Milley, I haven't heard the truth from that man's mouth for years. He's the ultimate political puppet. And that's, of course, what
this guy literally repeats Russian propaganda, and he's talking about another guy being a political puppet. Sure.
Current swamp administration in Washington wants someone who goes along, questions nothing, and supports the status quo.
You literally just spouted Russian propaganda, and you're saying he questions nothing, right?
Well, Milley is a fraud, so I would just forget anything he says. The truth of the matter is as follows. The counteroffensive has been a catastrophe. Whether it's 71,000 or 69,000, I don't know. It doesn't make any difference. The equipment losses are horrendous.
No, they're not. They're horrendous for the Russians.
This is for various reasons. Number one, Ukrainian forces are trained to fight like NATO. NATO, and especially the United States Armed Forces, are organized to refight some version of World War II. And
no,
we're up against a 21st century military establishment, which is...
Yeah, a 21st century military establishment that has to take tanks out of storage from the 1950s that are often not even equipped with infrared. Like, what are you talking about?
It's organized very differently. And no one has been willing to accept this reality. And that's the biggest problem. Right now...
Okay, this guy is just a complete whack job. Conservatives are just coping. I don't know why, but there's a lot of conservative fascists that are pro-Putin, and they're coping hard. Like, when Ukraine finally takes back all their territory, I wonder what the cope is going to be. Once Ukraine is victorious, it's going to be interesting seeing the type of cope.
That's killing animals, no?
So?
So you're saying you're okay with killing bugs and bees, even though that's killing animals?
No. In the context of protecting crops, 100%, we have to.
But crops don't have living feelings, so why are you
No, listen.
that you can protect crops and
Because
you
we
can't
need to
protect things
protect-
like
we
bees,
need-
which are really important to keep your crops?
So 2 things Joey should have done here is he should have pointed out that we're using pesticides to defend property. And 2, he should have asked them, do you have any evidence that more insects are dying due to like plant agriculture versus what would otherwise die in the wild? Because insects don't live very long. They live extremely short lives. So why would I have the idea that more insects are dying due to crop production versus what would die, say, naturally? I'd like to see the data for that. Why would you make that assumption?
Alive.
Well,
You're
no.
okay with killing insects, yet that's a...
Well, in that context, yeah.
So,
Well, we
Okay,
have
so that's
to.
kind of, you don't have to.
Yes,
you
we
can,
do.
You can
No, we have to.
produce plants without...
It's not about a matter of having to, it's about whether or not you have a right to. So he should have pointed out it's defensive property. And 2, I'm not even convinced more insects are dying. So that's another thing he should have pointed out.
No, you can't.
That's one small misstep.
Exactly. So we starve. That's called justification. That's called justification.
But you personally, you can...
Yeah, that's not a justification. Joey still does this where he thinks it's okay to kill animals if you need to for survival. That's a stupid idea. What he should say is we have a right to because we're defending our property.
try and find farms or plant farms that
don't exist.
use pesticides.
Organic use pesticide.
What if the data showed insects died more? Then again, the argument would be you have a right to because you're defending your property.
I'm sure you can find some.
Organic.
You can grow your own plants.
You asked me if I support organic. They use pesticide too. It's organic pesticide.
You can grow your own plants.
We need pesticide to protect our food resources, or we all starve. That does not give us a justification to shoot cows and eat them for no reason, no justifiable reason.
No, just.
But there's a difference between.
There is justifiable.
Do you think there's a difference between protecting food resources,
Yeah.
protecting, and decapitating a cow to eat them? Do you think there's a moral difference?
Can I just
Not
say
really.
from
Okay,
earlier,
it's the same
you
thing?
saying that you've stabbed people and everything. You know, we're mammals, so technically you're killing animals.
You've stabbed another human being.
I never stabbed anyone to death and ate them.
You stabbed
All right?
them, though.
Yeah, to
Like,
defend
stab
myself.
someone is
To defend
correct.
myself in the leg,
Stab
100%.
someone.
Stab people in self-defense. I've been a victim of gang violence and suffered addiction for 12 years. But I don't believe it's right to stab people now, no. And I don't think it's right to stab people, innocent people then either. But this was a gang world, it's different. So no, yeah, I think killing people is wrong. I think stabbing people is wrong. I think killing animals in the context of animal agriculture is definitely wrong.
It's completely
I think
fine.
crop protection is fine. We need to.
So wait, what context do you think that killing animals is okay then? Because you said animal
Self-defense.
agriculture.
Self-defense.
So
Yeah.
killing an animal and
If a dog started attacking you, I'd shoot him in the head.
shoot
Yeah,
a dog in the head.
self-defense.
No, the correct answer is if a dog was attacking you, I'd let the dog kill and eat you, but if the dog was attacking a vegan, then yeah, I'd shoot the dog to protect the vegan.
Self-defense.
like why would you shoot and kill a dog if it was killing a meat eater? That's just stupid. So it depends on who the dog's attacking.
If I had to.
There's another argument for
Yeah,
this,
like if I had to kill the dog to save a human, or kill a lion to save a human, I'm going to do it.
though.
Yeah.
You'd say though that that's their natural like instinct. Like if you
cares?
ever
I'm
got in a
still-
situation where there was a lion going to kill you, then surely maybe that's your fault that you're in
No,
the lion's
let's
space.
just say
like,
there was
that's
a
their
lion running
natural
loose.
instinct.
Let's just say there was a lion running loose right now. Do you don't think I should shoot the lion to protect a kid from being eaten? Because it's their natural instinct.
I don't think it's
Yeah.
gonna.
Do you don't
that's
think
not
it's
realistic
justified to kill the lion, but you think it's justified to decapitate both animals and humans
No, I
for a
think it'd
burger?
be, I totally think it'd be justified to kill a lion if it was going to kill someone. But I'm saying
Okay, so
you
then what's the
also
problem?
you don't see the problem in killing another animal for self-defense.
An
or
innocent
maybe-
animal? No.
Yeah, but you're saying
The lion's not
Oh,
innocent if they
oh,
tried to kill our child or kill
well, that's
you.
their natural instinct. No.
I don't care what's natural.
So then it's not that if
I
that's
don't
not
care
their fault,
what's
then why is it
natural.
justifiable to kill them?
It's for self-defense. I just said that. I'd kill a human in self-defense if I had to. If they were going to kill my family, I'd kill them. It's self-defense. It's different to like what you're talking about. Innocent cows taking their calves and killing their calves at 8 months old for cheese, a taste that you don't need.
You don't kill a calf for cheese.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't. What point of making cheese?
8 months later, the calves that come from dairy cows will be slaughtered.
What do you need? to kill a calf or to make cheese.
Well, the calves come from dairy cows. They have to
Yes.
impregnate those dairy cows in order for them to produce milk.
Yes.
They have to.
Yes.
Or do you think you can produce milk without being pregnant?
You do have to, yeah.
Okay, so they impregnate the dairy cows with a calf
Yep.
in order for the dairy cow to produce the milk to make the cheese.
So we're starting like all the way back. Okay, I see. Yeah,
Well, of
okay.
course, it's the dairy industry. So in order to produce milk, to make cheese, you have to have birthed a calf.
Yeah.
As a result of birthing that calf will be slaughtered.
Can I also just
So,
say this, though?
one second. So, making cheese murders calves.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
But nowadays you can pretty much choose the gender that you're going to want your calf to
Yeah,
be. You
sexing. I know sex
yeah,
demons.
You
Yeah, I
can do
know.
that. And
It's not always accurate.
It's not always accurate, no. But that's what I'm saying. A lot of farms will choose to have female calves so that they don't have to like
Yeah, I know.
slaughter male calves as often. But obviously, if a male calf is born, a male calf's born.
And they
you
get
can't-
slaughtered for cheese.
Yeah, you can't do a lot
And
about
all
that,
those females will get slaughtered too.
but after they've had a long life. That's the difference, though. If they have a long life, then
They can be murdered well, maybe at your dairy farm that you only eat from, maybe they get killed at 9 years old, which I don't even believe you exists in the way that you say it does. In the dairy industry generally, they can slaughter them at 2-3 years old. They can slaughter them they slaughter them at a variety of different ages. 6.7 years they get slaughtered on average. It's 3.5 calvings.
My opinion on vegans,
Okay.
like, there's nothing absolutely wrong with being a vegan. Like, I completely
Yeah, no
support
shit
your
there
lifestyle.
isn't.
Like, do whatever, do what you want. Like, I'm nothing against it.
Do what we want?
Yeah, I respect that. But one thing I don't respect is how vegans are very.
Dude, it's I hate it when people say that. Like, oh, I have nothing against vegans. Like, why would you? Like, why do you even have to fucking say that? No shit, nobody would have anything against a vegan lifestyle because we're not committing a fucking Holocaust. We're not violating anybody's rights. So why the fuck would you have to say that? It's so stupid.
aggressive towards meat eaters, or like as long as vegetarians,
Was that being
our
aggressive?
community, yeah, telling
In
us
what way?
that we're wrong.
Telling
Have their
you
own
that you're
rights.
wrong is aggressive?
Well, no, but it's just
What if
like
you are wrong?
in Britain you've got rights, right? So you can do whatever. Well, not technically whatever you want, but what
Do you
is
think
legal?
do you think humans should have rights?
Yeah, we do.
Should animals have rights?
They do.
No, they don't.
In the wild, they do. But if they're brought up from birth to
What?
be produced as
They don't have a
meat-
right to even their own lives, these animals. They don't even have a right to their own bodies. They don't have a right to anything. You have a right to eat them, which is wrong. But you're saying I'm aggressive because I'm saying that you're
I'm
wrong.
not saying you're aggressive. I'm just saying the community.
What's more aggressive? What's more aggressive? Us having this conversation right now, me saying I don't agree with you, I don't believe you, I think that's wrong. What's more aggressive? Or do you think decapitating veal calves for cheese is more aggressive? That seems more aggressive to me, just for a slice of cheese. Anyways.
It's not for a slice of meat. I mean, it's for a lot of
Oh yeah, so a few more slices and it's okay.
Yeah, but
All right, bless you.
I just mean that like a lot of people
I mean-
rely on meat, like me or like some of my family,
Yeah.
from
You don't need it.
I'm mixed race, right?
You don't need.
I'm
You don't
mixed
need
race,
meat.
So I lack in iron anyway, and so if I don't have iron, and as much
You don't
as
have
I
to
take-
stab an
I
animal
take
for iron.
like capsules
Well, then there you
anyway,
go.
But it's not enough, so I've got to eat meat, which beef is one of the best substances for me to have
Okay.
iron.
Well, I'm not your
And I eat
doctor, and I don't think you need to stab animals in the throat to get iron because you can get it from plant foods and you can supplement it, and that's fine.
Dude, like, she admitted she's anemic, so why is she claiming she needs to eat meat for iron when she's admitting she's anemic? Like, if you're anemic and you're eating meat, clearly eating meat isn't helping your anemia.
Well, I do, 'cause
And you
it's
can also have iron infusions. It's easier to stab an animal to death. It's not easy for the animal.
Yeah, but it's easy to access.
I mean, if that was me, I wouldn't want you to get the iron out of my blood.
If you have like a slab of steak, for example, nice juicy steak, and you eat that, you're gonna have a lot of.
It's flesh, murdered animal flesh. It's not
But
juicy, it's
one,
blood.
it tastes good, and second of all, it's much better for me because I've got iron in my system, which will keep me from passing
And
out
you think that's
and
just
having a
a
seizure.
poor little cow is justified to stab
But
them
it's
to
better
death?
to kill a cow than for me to lose my life and not have.
You're not going to die though.
No, but it can cause a seizure. It's
No, look, I'm not your doctor. I'm not your doctor. I'm not your doctor. I just know you can get iron from other places, and we don't have to kill animals to get iron. That's all.
It's easier access to eat meat than to just eat like a ton of spinach.
You already take an iron supplement. I just don't understand. I don't understand why you kill an animal to get that when they don't want to die.
It tastes nice. though.
It tastes good. Yeah.
It tastes
There
really
you go.
good. It tastes really good. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go. Really
Okay.
nice conversation.
See you later.
Thank so much.
Wow, what pieces of shit that really do not deserve to breathe air. Yeah, too bad, a pit bull didn't just randomly come by. I wish I had like the power to like summon pit bulls, you know? Like, you know how in anime you can like summon monsters or something? I wish I could just summon pit bulls to attack people. That'd be great. Oh yeah, this video is pretty cringe.
Andrew Tate clones are getting even younger. Didn't think it was possible, but they have gotten smaller and tinier faced, and his message has gone so far and it's carried so much weight that now we have literal children espousing the same views. And we have the youngest one ever, and he is blowing up on Instagram right now, and it's funny and sad, and I figured we'd take a look because I'm the Andrew Tate clone guy that looks at Andrew Tate clones with Andy King one time, so I figured we'd take a look at him. Now, we are looking at quite literally, I think, a 12-year-old child. So, clarification before we move forward. We're not bullying him. We're looking at how the ideas have manifested in kids and them copying and putting it back out and how ridiculous it sounds. That's how we're doing this, okay? So this is Judah. Judah cuz, yeah, I mean, it's a literal child. I don't know what the age restrictions are for even like being on Instagram. I assume he can have an account.
The 9 to 5 is a trap. You work a job you don't like, you save up all your money for paradise when you get older, but when you finally get older, you're too old to even enjoy it. So yeah, it's a trap. Follow me to escape the matrix.
So again, hold on.
This kid is like 12. 12-year-old is going to teach you how to be, financially free when he still lives with his fucking parents and he's like too young to even hold a job.
I just want to make sure we're clear, all right? This is literally a child. He has no idea what he's saying. He's just copying stuff that he's seeing. That said, the audacity. I mean, come on, the audacity. Yeah, I think more so than anything, the Escape the Matrix stuff is already so preachy and annoying to people that are like working their jobs and trying to get by. But I think people got extra pissed when it's like a kid telling you it. Bro, you haven't worked anything yet. You haven't done the 9 to 5 yet, so don't tell me to quit mine. It just hurts extra when you see kids doing it, and it's like, it's gotten so deep. It's gotten all the way to the lowest child class of society that they are considering dropping out of school. And I hate to spoiler it here, Judah has dropped out of school, according to him.
Isn't it difficult to justify that we can just go into nature and declare something our property and then start killing animals when they don't respect our property? Can animals have property?
Animals might be able to have what is considered property, but it's a little complicated. So in order to have something like property, there's like classes of property, I guess you could say. So, like land. Does an animal have property rights when it comes to land? Well, they haven't developed anything. They haven't made anything out of like the land they're on. Like most animals maybe like dig a hole or something. And then that's, where they dwell. So when you're talking about, say, displacing animals to build farmland, are you taking away their property? Not really. It's kind of like asking a homeless person to move down the street because, I don't know, they're on private property or they're disrupting some business in some way. Making like an animal move, say, a few miles into some other forest is a lot different than, say, asking somebody who owns a home or an apartment to move all their things and get out like that same day. So they don't have property in the same way that human beings do. So it's a much different thing to, say, start chopping down some trees and then having animals, again, move a few miles and then just dig another hole. It's different than telling a human being who owns a home that has a lot of different things that they own, that has a life that's developed around their dwelling, in a much more complex and solidified way. So, and then on top of that, again, you're talking about fucking insects. So I'm not convinced insects die at a higher rate in agriculture. Most of them are also carnivorous, so I'm not really sympathetic to that idea anyway. And yeah, because humans can develop things and create more complex sort of resource chains. The type of property we have is just a lot different than the kind of property that an animal would have, to where that sort of displacement I don't see as an issue. Thanks for the donation though, Big L. Hope that answers your question.
Q.
Thanks for the donation, 9014. Excellent spam as always.
Apparently.
A lot of people are saying I just learned from TikTok education, so let's just look at the stats. Public school, you work 8 hours a day, you don't get paid, you become the same as everyone else, you stay in the system, and when you finally graduate, congratulations, you get to pay an extra 100K. So now let's look at my life. A few months ago, I left school by the suggestion of a few teachers. I didn't pee on the walls, by the way, you have no...
Whoa.
You can't just leave school, so either he's homeschooled or he's going to a private school or something. You have to attend school up until the age of 18. When is it? Is it 16 or 18, something like that? You have to. Or else you're committing truancy.
I don't know where the second bar is coming. Anyway, this segment, again, isn't to rag on Judah, but it's to look at the fact that the sentiments of Andrew Tate, Red Pill, whatever this idea is, that just like quit everything and just go for your dream without any risk management. This is what happens. This is what happens to the kids of our society when you're left unchecked with that ideology, and no one looks the other way and thinks maybe they shouldn't do that. I don't know what teachers have suggested it, but whatever. Also, I do think he peed on the walls. I'm just going to guess that. Sorry, Judah. I think you might have peed on the walls.
I've done 5 marketing courses. I've read 3 marketing books. I'm going to a private mansion with 40 plus millionaires.
Judah, I don't want you at that mansion. I don't want you there.
He's clearly lying.
You shouldn't be there.
And yeah, if he's not, then he should run.
Be there, Judah. It's not the place, all right?
I'm going to Funnel Hacking Live in September, and I have a passive income job that makes me $100 grand a month. So let me know, what do you think is...
He thinks he's fooling anybody. He makes $100 grand a month, and like... he's literally sitting in a room where there's like wires hanging from the fucking ceiling. Like, this looks like a fucking rat's den. What?
more valuable, TikTok education or the public school education?
God,
let me know in the comments and follow for more.
That's my bad, guys. Not $100 grand a month. That's pretty crazy, but $1 grand a month, it's still a lot.
Okay, at least it's not.
What? So he realized he didn't fool anybody, and he's full of shit. So, like, what? He thought he could fool people into thinking he's making $100 grand a month. And then when he realized everybody called him out on his bullshit, he's like, oh, it's okay, sure, it's 1,000, but it's still a lot. He's not even making 1,000 a month. He's getting like $50 allowance maybe every 2 weeks from his parents.
Look, here's the thing. Again, I love the hustle. I like the hustle mentality. I think it's good for anybody who wants to do business to go through what I'd say is probably a cringy grind phase, like a cringy, like, oh, I could take on the world, I could do anything kind of thing, you know? I've had that phase. I tried ecom, I've been there. I did real estate and then I bought some books. It's a good phase to have. It really is. You start to learn like, okay, when do I turn it up and when am I just being a little too much? When am I neglecting the rest of my life for knowledge that hasn't actually moved me forward anywhere? Kids got hustle. It's great. Don't quit school. But don't quit school, Judah. Even in college, when I was doing YouTube as like a side gig, I knew it was a side gig. I was in school getting an education because that is statistically the best chance you have to have a higher yearly salary than your peers. It's a good backup plan or main plan. Education is top of mind for me at least. And then after I graduated, when I was doing real estate, I was a real estate agent in Miami. I still did that while I was doing YouTube because YouTube wasn't paying bills. I didn't go all in on YouTube. I was still making money, doing a job, and then doing YouTube. That's how you should think about hustle stuff. It's just like it should be a side thing until it can become your main thing. Obviously, I'm not winning points here, debunking points that a child is making. I'm just saying these are the ideas of Tate that have persisted for the last fucking year, and we're seeing them being regurgitated by a child. All right, let's keep going.
Guys, if you were in middle school or going into high school, honestly, I'm being serious. Tell me what the point of school is. You work 8 hours a day. You don't get paid, and for all of that, you might go to college. Congratulations, and at the end, you're gonna have to pay $100,000. Good job, you did it.
Not every college course is $100,000. I don't. He doesn't know what college costs.
Follow me for more posts like this. I really don't understand why people go to school. It's crazy.
Crazy thing is, he's making some valid points. I just think he's got the wrong solution. It's a hard fucking system, but it's the best chance you got to succeed. So, you know, play in it and work outside of it at the same time. But you got a point there, Judah. You got a point there. All right, let's keep going.
Go to a university, get a useless degree, get a tiring job, survive paycheck to paycheck, buy overpriced goods, live on antidepressants, don't question the system.
Okay, now this is just, I mean, you get to a point where it's just so obvious that it's just written down from somebody else, but obviously he's a child. I will not blame him, but clearly those are just other people's words.
Or choose your own fate. Follow me to escape the system.
Okay, straight to the call to action. I wonder if he thinks he's doing good or not. I mean, all the comments are really negative. Instagram comments are fucking brutal. More brutal than TikTok, actually, to be honest.
Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to be successful in their own way.
Yep.
But not everybody wants to wake up early, stay late. Not everybody wants to make the sacrifices it takes to get there.
Hell yeah.
Until those sacrifices pay off, it's gonna suck. It's gonna hurt. But you just gotta stay on the grind. Follow me for more tips like this.
Okay, great tip. Love the tip. You know what's also crazy? Like, dude, the kid has a good speaking voice. For that age, being on camera, being able to talk, he's doing great. Like, I want to give him credit. Like, you know, I just hope that he doesn't get fucking pigeonholed into believing this more. Because that, you know, whenever someone espouses these views, I'm talking usually older kids when they start thinking this stuff.
This kid has parents. He is clearly lying about not going to school. He is lying about how much money he makes. He's saying this because he thinks it's going to get him clout online, so in the real world, he's going to fucking school. His parents are probably going to make him go to, like, college or something, and, like, at the end of the day, he's not a smart kid. Like, he's obviously fucking stupid if he's a fan of Andrew Tate. He's going to work a normal fucking 9-to-5 job like everybody else, so he's dumb, not particularly intelligent, obviously not very creative if he has to copy fucking Andrew Tate and these other red pill channels. So, yeah, he's just going to work a fucking normal 9-to-5 job like everybody else. He's probably going to work at some, like, insurance company just punching numbers into a fucking screen.
One of my fav.
Thank you for that, 9014. Excellent spam as always, sir.
And people tell them the opposite, they just think that you're still in the matrix. You know, if you say, hey, no, school's actually kind of okay, they're like, well, you're just in the matrix. You can't see it. So there's no point talking to you, actually. And it's tough to get past that.
These are kids' genius levels at their age. 5 years old, their genius level is 98%. I assume it's because they have 0 years in school yet.
Okay, he's misreading the graph, which is very ironic because he dropped out of school.
So they're already in school 6 years. and their genius level drops to 30%. 15, they're in school 11 years and their genius level drops. Well,
It says their creativity score, not their genius level. It's their creativity score at genius level. These are all genius level of.
How do you, like, okay. How the fuck are 5-year-olds creative? I remember I used to be 5, and I was a fairly creative 5-year-old. I'm actually pretty good at art. Other 5-year-olds are fucking retarded, dude. Like, most kids can't draw. Like, at that age, you still see kids, like, literally drawing squiggles. Kids suck at fucking art. Like, they're really shit. So, I don't know where the fuck this graph is from. If anything, you'd probably see the opposite, whereas you get older, just because you have more experience and you have a wider range of interests, your artwork would fucking improve, or your creativity would improve. But, like, most 5-year-olds suck at fucking drawing. Like, they can barely draw a fucking tree.
Different cohorts of age, and this is how creative you are at age 5, how creative the geniuses are at age 10, how creative they are at 15, and how creative adults are that are genius level, because your brain is more neuroplastic and elastic when you're younger. That's what.
Oh, I see. So kids that are at a genius level, so special high IQ kids, that's their creativity score. Okay, I see.
It means
that's a little
adults, it
different.
automatically goes to 2% because they've been in school 17 years. That is truly ridiculous. If you're an adult, keep your kids out of school.
And that's the call to action. And that just makes me so sad. Do you not go to school or something? I don't think he does. I think he dropped out. School is a scam. This is the sentiment
Couldn't
I
have
hate.
dropped out.
School is not a scam. School can be a scam in certain ways, but not going to school at all.
If you're talking about politics, celebrities, or what movie you're gonna watch tonight, there's a reason you're not successful. You should be talking about your own business, your own finance, your own channel, your own followers. That is the key to success. Focus on things that are important.
Okay, again, this is a sentiment you hear a lot. It's like one of those Instagram graphics that like unironically get pushed around for like alpha males or whatever. It's like, if your circle isn't talking about fitness, health, and success, then you gotta drop them, fucking drop them. And I've hated that idea. I thought that idea was really stupid. I always have. But I just think it's extra sad when kids do it, because like you have so much life to live, and if you're already thinking that way, like fuck, you're gonna miss a lot of good times and good conversations. You know, actually counteracting the last TikTok, your creativity is gonna go down if you're shutting out so many creative, cool things you could be talking about and only talking about business, finance. So boring. You were gonna work all the time. What's life for? What's life for? Live a little bit, Judah. Live. Experience the arts. Talk about them. It's okay. Poor kid can't even be young. That's what I'm saying. I really hope that Judah is maybe fucking like 40 chessing me, and maybe he's just saying these things and doesn't believe any of it. Like maybe he's actually like a super like base kid that like gets all of this and thinks it's all cringe as shit, and he's just like, this will blow up. I know this is gonna blow up, because it did. It did blow up. You're 13 years old, dude. Go play Fortnite or some shit.
I don't need to do homework. I need to hone my skills every day, learn about finance, learn about business, start my own business. I don't need to know where Saturn is. Follow me for more tips like this.
What a specific thing to throw out there. I guess you don't. You know, fair point, actually. Yeah.
Jesus.
Bro. Might not be safe for YouTube crazy shit out here.
Let's see. Breaking New York Post has obtained footage of radical leftist New York City activist Ryan Carson being confronted by a black male who stabbed him to death on a Brooklyn street in October. Suspect remains at large. Yeah, I'm definitely not showing that. I'm gonna see this video. Holy shit. Whoa.
Are you Go watch him. Go watch him. I'm so Ryan. No, Ryan. I'm gonna call.
Yeah, that is crazy. That is bizarre. Thanks for the donation though, Renee. And obviously the fucking idiot who made that post. Oh, fucking radical leftist. This is what happens when you're left wing. Black people will stab you. Fuck you.
You know, he got me on that one. He doesn't need to know where Saturn is. That's fair. That's also like a very young kid thing. And even like in teenage years where like you think you have to learn about business, like you have to learn about business or you won't succeed in life. It's like, dude, you'll just learn business as you do business. I don't think you need to like fucking read every book on business. I have a degree in finance and marketing. Have I learned more in marketing doing YouTube or my fucking 4 years of marketing? It would be YouTube any day of the week. Finance was definitely school. All right, you got one more.
Many people stay students and athletes for the predominant part of their childhood, and then they go to more school, and then they go to real life, and they wonder why it's hard. It's because you haven't lived real life yet. You've been living in a fake environment. Follow me for more tips like this.
And I think that's a good one to end on because it's the most hyper ironic in a bubble thing he could have said. Where you're a child that has everything taken care for you and you say that other people haven't lived their real life yet. You gotta quit the 9 to 5. Something I've never tried because of child labor laws. I literally can't get a job. Yeah, anyways, that's Judah. Again, Judah, hey, great speaking voice, man. You have confidence on camera, so I hope you could take that and run with that somewhere. But besides that, the ideas of Andrew Tate aren't all they chalk up to be all the time.
That was cringe. Like, damn. All right. Maybe we can watch some Jake, bro.
Happen. If I wasn't crystal clear in my last video, let me explain what's happening in the US Congress. There's a continuing resolution basically saying that funding levels for the next 43 days will be the same as last year. Congress then has to pass a budget in November. And I'm 99% confident that Congress will include military aid for Ukraine through October of next year. Senators issue joint statements confirming Ukraine's support. Probably 80 out of 100 US senators fully support Ukraine, so there's no debate in the Senate. Additionally, in the House, it's overwhelming support. Probably all 210 Democrats support Ukraine, and the majority of House Republicans also support Ukraine. This gives support for Ukraine a supermajority in both chambers of Congress. In addition, President Biden just tweeted this: Speaker McCarthy and the majority of House Republicans must keep their word and secure passage of the support needed to help Ukraine as it defends itself. We are the indispensable nation in the world. Let's act like it. So I'm confident a deal will be made before November 14th, and there will be funding for another 12 months, probably close to $24 billion worth of military aid for Ukraine. There's going to be a lot of politics. It's going to get ugly. If you want to just ignore the headlines, feel free to do so, but I am confident that support for Ukraine from the United States will continue another year. And this is critical. Here is a bar chart showing US military aid to Ukraine by month. So in January, almost $6 billion. February, 4.6. A lot of stuff was announced early in the year in order to help Ukraine with their summer counteroffensive. But as you can see from August and September, not as much. The funds that were allocated last year are almost depleted. There still is a little bit of money left. I'm sure it's probably been earmarked for some good stuff. Anything that's already been announced, like GLSDB or pilot training for F-16s, that's still going to happen. But as far as new security assistance packages from the United States, we might not get any the next 43 days, but as soon as the money is allocated, I'm confident President Biden next month will make some pretty large announcements. So Russia's agents in the West are going to do everything they can to undermine support for Ukraine in the United States. They're going to be incredibly active. They're going to be incredibly nasty. These are terrible people. And Elon Musk is one of them. We just have to be honest about it. I've known this and felt this for almost a year now, but more and more people are coming around as Elon Musk shows his true colors. Backlash against Elon Musk grows as hashtag Elon Musk.
Elon Musk is a traitor. Honestly, I think he should be tried for treason.
Is a traitor trends in Ukraine. Kyiv criticizes Musk for making fun of Zelensky. Elon Musk had so much potential and so much respect and goodwill going back even 2 years ago. But now that he's the richest man in the world, he views himself as untouchable, and he wants to be the real Elon finally. So here's the real Elon, tweeting a meme making fun of President Zelensky, when it's been 5 minutes and you haven't asked for $1 billion in aid.
What a piece of shit.
So this meme originally is this...
And again, by the way, the only reason Tesla has stayed afloat is because of government aid.
Boy right here, trying to hold a fart next to a cute girl in class. So Zelensky's face was photoshopped onto it, and then Elon Musk chooses to make fun of Zelensky for asking for military and financial aid to defend his people, to defend his country against a genocide. And Elon Musk is the biggest hypocrite in the world because none of his companies ever would have reached profitability without government subsidies and taxpayer handouts. He's spent the last 20 years begging governments for money to help him build rockets and build electric cars when it wasn't profitable. So he's a hypocrite. But this is just despicable. And it ignores our own history.
Yeah, I mean, you can just look at the fucking GDP of Ukraine. I don't know why people think it's unreasonable for Zelensky to be asking for fucking aid money when they're a small country. They don't have a big GDP. They obviously have trouble affording this war. And they're also going to become part of NATO. Like, what the fuck do you expect? Part of, like, being, you know, part of the benefit to being part of the NATO alliance is you would get aid from other NATO-aligned countries. So it's just fucking tarded, like, especially for somebody like Musk, who's literally received billions of dollars in government grants and aid. And he constantly tries to beg and trick fucking investors as well. For him to fucking make a criticism like that.
Elon Musk is originally from South Africa, but he likes to state he's proudly an American. Well, let me give you a brief history lesson, Elon Musk, about our revolution. Many years ago, it was the Americans that called for aid. Between 1778 and 1782, the French supplied weapons, ammunition, and uniforms to the beleaguered Continental Army. Alexander Hamilton, the founder of the architect of our Constitution, was George Washington's chief of staff and aide-de-camp because he was fluent in French, as well as several other languages, but Washington knew that the colonialists never would have defeated Great Britain without the help of the French. So yes, George Washington, Alexander Hamilton, probably wrote hundreds of letters begging for aid and assistance from the French in order to secure their independence. And the Russians are taking notes. It's been 20 months and Elon Musk has never said one critical thing of Vladimir Putin or the Russians. And this is what the Kremlin propagandists have to say, celebrating Elon's support for them.
Впервые с начала спецоперации в бюджете США нет пункта о военной помощи режиму Зеленского.
На фоне американских слов богатейший человек мира Илон Маск, или как его называют, Илон Маскаль, подбросил дровишек в огонь, у Зеленского действительно полыхнуло. Миллиардер разместил на своей странице известный мем «Страдающий человек», лицо которого покрыто вздувшимися от напряжения венами. К оригинальной картинке было прифотошоплено лицо Зеленского, а снизу подпись, когда прошло уже 5 минут, а ты еще не попросил миллиарда долларов помощи. Тут же всплыли и другие фотожабы. Вот Маск в генеральском кителе, а вот в тельняшке и без козырки Черноморского флота. При этом все-таки невозможно не обратить внимание, что не только Зеленский, но и сама Украина, как обстоятельство, выкачивающее деньги, начинает Западу надоедать. Чудесный, абсолютно восхитительный, наверное, действительно наш агент Илон Маск.
So here's Olga on Kremlin State TV.
Dude, like when you have Kremlin State TV praising you and saying you're their agent, like, holy fuck, time to reevaluate your values.
Elon Musk is magnificent. He is wonderful. Perhaps Elon Musk really is our agent. If there's some kind of confusion here, Elon Musk can clear it up with a simple tweet and say, no, I don't support Russia's war of aggression. I support Ukraine in the defense of their people and their sovereignty. But Elon's never going to do that. On Russian Telegram channels, they're already celebrating, loving his posts, making fun of Zelensky, making fun of Ukraine for asking for help in their war of survival. So we've officially gone 0 days without Elon Musk promoting fascism in Europe. And to just put this in perspective, back in 2010, Elon Musk had a cameo in Iron Man 2 as himself. There was so much hype around this guy.
I don't remember that.
High expectations that he would be this real-life superhero. A real-life Bruce Wayne or even Tony Stark. So about 30 minutes into the movie, here's Elon Musk appearing as himself with Robert Downey Jr., Gwyneth Paltrow, and
I didn't know
Scarlett
he was
Johansson.
in that scene.
And after becoming the richest man in the world, he did not turn himself into Iron Man. He's a supervillain who supports the Chinese Communist Party and the Russians and the Saudis. This is the absolute evil that Elon Musk is choosing to defend. This is not a Nazi concentration camp survivor. This is a Ukrainian man who's been held in a Russian prisoner of war camp for over a year now.
Jesus.
The Russians are committing a genocide, targeting children, targeting civilians, mass graves, torture chambers. This is difficult to talk about. It's nauseating, and it's infuriating when people like Elon remain silent or mock Ukraine for defending itself. I also just want to quick remind people that...
Have you heard of phenylpiracetam? No, I've never heard of that.
The Russians are on the warpath, obsessed with their own history. Of the 110 monuments to the Soviet dictator Joseph Stalin, 90% of them were built in the last 23 years during Putin's reign of power.
Jesus.
So there's 110 monuments to Joseph
What
Stalin.
the fuck?
And 99 of them were built under the direction of Putin. The goal is...
I didn't know fucking Putin was such a massive fan of Stalin. So yeah, Putin's like an actual fucking mass murderer.
His empire...
Like he wants to
the
commit a
oligarchs of
genocide.
Moscow want
Unironically,
Central Asia
I think he
back.
consciously
They want the
knows that.
Caucasus, they want Eastern Europe, and they're willing to wage war for decades until they get their empire back. So here's the reaction of a Ukrainian defender on the front lines to Elon Musk's stupidity. While Elon Musk is proving his clown status by mocking a bleeding country facing a nuclear invader, our unit has liberated another dam forest strip, 500 meters closer to the goal. It was a tough day. I want to share another update, how it's going on the front lines. Here's friend of the channel, Macer Gifford. He's a British citizen who's been volunteering on the front lines in Ukraine for over a year now. Here's his reports, how things are going.
Hi guys, I thought I'd do a quick update from Ukraine. Things are picking up in Ukraine. I think anyone who has been following this conflict quite closely can see that the tempo is increasing, that the pressure is now on the Russians, and the kitchen sinks, the things that they haven't stolen and taken back to Moscow, the kitchen sinks have been thrown at the Ukrainians. They are literally pulling in all their reserves, they're pulling out all the stops, they are absolutely desperate to buy time. Time is not on their side. Because they want to basically delay the Ukrainian offensive. They want to delay it for so long as the weather changes and the winter hits us. First the rainy season, then the winter. They're going to use that as the respite they need to come back with vengeance, perhaps do another mobilization. So I think the key here is that the Ukrainian military is at a very crucial point in the offensive. They're coming to the place now that they've hit the sort of third line of the Russian defenses. They're just about to break through. The Russians are committing their reserves, and the Russians are now desperate. But like any animal, sometimes in desperation, the animal is the most dangerous. So this is the time that, as I said, the Ukrainians need to be the most careful. There's never been a more important time to support the Ukrainian military. Vidmark, the 131st, the 73rd, the 8th, we have been working almost non-stop. There is a real chance that we're not going to, there's going to be no more breaks. There's no more days off. The training that we have managed to do of late has focused on certain things, and I've never been more confident in all my time in Ukraine. I truly believe great things are coming.
To cut off support for Ukraine's military, promoting this narrative that the war is already
Lost almost 1,000 artillery systems in September. And it's 9,000th APC. Holy shit. Let's see. 4 instances of Russian military pilots defecting. Hopefully there's just a mass defection or mass mutiny. Ooh.
Are still choosing to go in order to get grain exports out of the country. Sanctions are working. Russia's gas production collapses to late-stage USSR levels. Without Western expertise, Western funding, Western technicians, and Western parts, Russia's gas giant Gazprom is falling apart. The country's
Excellent.
state energy giant Gazprom reported their numbers, self-reporting how bad it's getting in Russia for gas production and export. Now all the pipes go to Europe, and more or less all the pipes are shut down, so yeah, this is hurting Russia's bottom line. Hold strong, Ukraine is going to win this war.
Fucking dope.
Final clip I want to share with you today is from, once again, Maria Avdiva in Kharkiv. Russia has been targeting schools in Ukraine, having destroyed over 1,300 according to a UNICEF report. So for the residents of Kharkiv, they had to put their schools underground in the metro stations in order to protect their children from the Russian military. So here's an art school, an art class happening in the Kharkiv metro stop, and I just want to share with you some of the artwork these Ukrainian children have been working on.
Хочеш щось на поверху, щоб тобі ще було приємніше, бо воно буде. Зараз я тобі притримай, будь ласочка. Так. Ну, сонечко, мені здавалося то неймовірно, але якщо ти можеш ще більш неймовірно, то будемо ще більш неймовірно. Так, Регіночка, сонечко, коли ми до осені вже прийдемо? Давай вже зараз. Дивись, у нас дуже класна якась...
Artwork looks pretty good. That's all for this update video. Glory to Ukraine, glory to the heroes. If you found this video informative, give me a thumbs up. Best way to support the channel. Comments and questions, let me know
Good
down
morning,
below.
Aaron.
I love hearing.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Feeling better. I think what I might do is start working on the RC car that I got. Still have to put a lot of parts together. I'm just gonna go take a pee-pee. I'll be right back. Dodo donates $2. Twitter. Holy smokes, this isn't a parody account. This woman is spreading the bizarre misinformation that the emergency alert system will give the vaccination the Marburg virus. These people are just wackos. I just can't imagine where you'd get an idea like that.
Have you seen the line in Saudi Arabia? Do you know what that is?
Yes.
We think we know what money is. This is where the money is.
So what this is some mega city that's many miles long that they're building that's all completely integrated.
Nowhere.
One building. No roads, cars, or emissions. It will run on 100% renewable energy and 95% of the land will be preserved for nature. That might be amazing to visit.
There's a whole city, couple of thousand workers living out there in these little air-conditioned cubicles.
That's insane. That's so Star Wars.
They're building that.
Bro, this literally is
Yeah, they're probably not building that. I'll believe it when I see it.
All of what has been put forth as evidence for aliens, to me, is insufficient evidence.
I think there's aliens.
No.
Yes. I mean, there's multiple satellites flying through the universe right now taking images. We can do all that.
Oh my gosh. You don't think a video footage of an alien is not going to go viral instantly?
Are you familiar with Commander David Fravor of the Navy?
Yeah.
You know the story.
Everybody knows this, yeah.
They have no idea how it moved. There's no visible propulsion system. It was blocking their radar. It was actively blocking tracking.
This is what their sensors told them.
Exactly.
Just be clear about that.
And then
you're stating information as though it is facts.
I'm stating information as Commander Fravor
I don't care.
related.
That doesn't matter. He's human, and we're all human here.
I have a feeling that these things are aliens.
That's the wrong way to report it. What you say is, we have sensors that told us this is what happened.
I understand.
Okay?
Yes.
That's a very important distinction.
They actually saw it with their eyes, too. This is something that they actually got.
You can't see something at 80,000 feet.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. It's not just something that was tracked with equipment.
Got it. But they didn't see it at 80,000 feet.
Yes. They actually saw most of these sightings actually occur far offshore in the ocean. This is one of the ways that they monitor us. The best way to do it is to do it where they're hold their base where no one is around, which is the ocean.
No, that's not true.
So they go in the ocean, they pop up, and they fly out.
It's not true.
What do you mean it's not true?
It's not true. I have a problem with it. Go get him. Go get him. But just systematically search everywhere. You ought to have some idea where it is. Stop them. If we were being visited, somebody would have some good footage.
There's aliens.
All right. You need to think, because you just don't know.
I love how Neil deGrasse Tyson just thinks Joe's a fucking idiot. That's great. And Neil deGrasse Tyson isn't even that smart to begin with. Let's see, since it's October... Rent. Yeah, fuck that. Dodo, do need $2. Let me take a look.
Open homosexuality is not allowed, is it?
What do you mean? What's open
Here
homosexuality?
in Qatar.
Everyone is welcome. Listen, public display of affection is frowned upon, and that goes across the board. Across the board. Qatar is a modest country. That's all that needs to be respected. Other than that, everyone's free to live their life.
People can be imprisoned for being homosexual in Qatar.
People can be imprisoned for being heterosexual in Qatar.
That's not true. No, he's lying. Muslims always fucking do this so that they can seem more moderate. If you're found out to be gay, you'll be imprisoned in Qatar.
I don't understand your question.
Are you saying that...
Heterosexual, homosexual people live in Qatar.
Are you saying that homosexual people can be open and feel safe?
I think public display of affection is frowned upon, and public display of affection...
Yeah, so he's talking about a completely different thing. What a fucking liar.
You have to see how things really took a turn with this college professor.
I had an abortion 2 years ago and I don't regret it at all. They yanked the fetus out of my uterus and I'm so happy. I'm a professor at this university.
Okay.
And I make more money than you.
What's your name?
That's none of your business.
You're so.
Kind of
What makes me that? Please, please give me my mic back, please. Thank you. Okay, you're not stronger than me, all right? Hey, officer! This young lady, she's trying to rip my stuff up.
Oh, I'm assaulting her. If
on.
I get arrested right now, I would literally lash out.
Walk away right now.
I already said I was going to let it go.
Walk
I have
away
a
now.
question for you, Gordon.
But
Am
let
I
go right
assaulting
now.
him? Is this assault?
Let go right now.
Yes or no?
Let go right now.
Yes.
You're under arrest. Put your hands behind you. We pray for the grace of God for you.
That woman is entitled. Okay, that's fucking weird.
And I'm a people person. I like people. I'm a hugger, which my wife yells at me all the time, you're going to get in trouble.
By all accounts, Nassau County, New York Police Commissioner Patrick Ryder is charismatic, but he also faces accusations that he is corrupt and psychotic.
Policing's gotten better. We're not perfect.
Most recently, Ryder dispatched plainclothes cops in unmarked cars to a different county to intimidate and try to arrest a citizen journalist. A journalist who's been digging into alleged Nassau County Police slush funds and financial irregularities. The visiting Nassau County cops, who initially did not tell local Suffolk County cops about this raid, saw home security cameras and put on masks and face coverings. What were the police trying to hide? What were they intending to do?
My name's Sergeant Griller at the Nassau County Police Department.
More on this incident in a moment. Controversy has long followed Patrick Ryder. Even at the beginning of his police career, Ryder sparked headlines. Brave Patty or brutal psycho, conflicting views of officer accused of abuse. The alleged abuse of suspects already in handcuffs was both physical and racial. In the case of jury hears cop brutality charge, Ryder threatened a lawyer in court saying he would, quote, take care of the attorney. Through the years, there have been multiple complaints against Ryder for excessive force. And yet, Ryder continued to rise through the ranks.
I raised a lot of money here in forfeiture, did a lot with intel, lowered crime.
By forfeiture, he's talking about asset forfeiture. For many years,
stole
Ryder was
money
in charge of the
from people.
program. And he used some of the funds, as he noted in this recent police podcast, to expand the Nassau County Police intelligence capabilities.
We used to have 2 people doing intel. We now have close to 70 people doing intel. And as this room that you're in this outside area, is all the 70 people that work in what we call intel. There's about 25,000 square feet dedicated to that.
And again, it was mostly paid for by the asset forfeiture program Ryder oversaw. But what else did Ryder spend money on? The commissioner has repeatedly refused to open up the books and allow an independent forensic accounting review. And as controversies go, that's just the start. By his own admission, Ryder developed an extremely close relationship with former Nassau County Executive Laura Curran, who named Ryder police commissioner. Some of Ryder's own police say the relationship was inappropriate. Amidst all of this, over the summertime, Nassau County government offices got a surprise visit from constitutional auditor and independent journalist Sean Paul Reyes, also known as Long Island Audit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are just getting inside the Department of Health and Human Services here.
Oh, you recording? No, get that out of my face.
But ma'am, you're coming. Calm down. You're coming up to me, and then you're asking me why I'm recording, and then to stop recording you.
Just a heads up, they don't even let News 12 come in here. If News 12 comes to film things, they have to film outside, facing the cameras away from the building.
Well, maybe News 12 doesn't know their constitutional rights. I've heard a lot of bad things about this office.
I'm being interviewed.
I'm not interviewing you. You came to me. Respectfully, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to either of you. I'm just saying that the taxpayers of Nassau County pay a lot of money for you guys to enforce the law and uphold the Constitution.
We're done talking from now on.
You have the right to remain silent. That's fine. Okay.
Thank you for.
Sure, no problem, sir. Yeah.
The government facility is allowed to restrict
Not true.
videotaping.
It's on the onus is on the government employees, the public servants, in order to keep that information safe.
The law enforcement officers stepped away.
It's a big walk of shame here.
But they gave Reyes a warning.
Starting tomorrow, they're not going to let you do it.
So starting today, no. For today, no, and then starting tomorrow, they're not going to let me.
Building's closed, so we're done. If you come back tomorrow and you record, we'll handle it then.
And I'm.
Oh, okay. See you tomorrow. So we'll be back here tomorrow, and we'll see what happens then.
The next day, Reyes returned to the government building. Police arrested him and seized his camera and video footage.
I was unlawfully arrested, locked in a jail cell for several hours, and my camera equipment stolen from me. Ultimately, I was charged with criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, which carries a maximum sentence of 90 days of incarceration.
As Reyes started posting his videos, he said he got a flood of sources and new leads about Nassau County budgets and questionable spending.
Today, we are at the Nassau County office building here in Mineola, New York.
Wait till you walk back to your car. Go up making it home tonight.
You cannot film in here, sir.
Whoa. The more I investigate the Nassau County government, the more corruption I find.
Much of the alleged corruption Reyes kept hearing about involved Police Commissioner Patrick Ryder.
I have some FOIA requests I have to submit. Excuse me, ma'am? Can I film in here?
Reyes requested documents and financial records, but got stonewalled.
Nope, you didn't get rid of me yet.
So Reyes decided to try and question Police Commissioner Ryder by going to the commissioner's home.
He is allegedly racist, using racial slurs. I have an inside source in the police department that is feeding me all this information, and we're just trying to get to the bottom of it. How the Nassau County Police Commissioner is using asset forfeiture to steal people's property and use it for his own benefit. Hi, Mrs. Ryder? Yeah. Hi, my name is Sean. I'm an independent journalist.
Commissioner Ryder was not
I was wondering
home.
if you had any... Sure, ma'am. I just wanted to let you know that your husband's under investigation. Lights and sirens for a man with a camera.
What are you doing here?
I'm working on a story of corruption, that involves the your boss, the police commissioner, Patrick Ryder. Does everybody get special treatment like this?
This is a figure of the police department.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Thanks, guys.
First Amendment order.
I don't want to block anybody's driveway.
Watch the videos a lot. Commissioner's wife said she asked you to leave. She shut the door.
And I left.
Okay.
I'm going to exercise my right to remain silent. I don't have to prove anything.
I am going to need ID from you, though.
I didn't break any laws.
You were possibly trespassing.
Will you arrest me if I don't identify myself?
I'm not going to arrest you if you don't identify yourself.
Oh, wait, so I don't want to. I want to remain silent. I want to exercise my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. She didn't answer my question. You got here really quick. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I don't have anything else. I'm not standing outside somebody's house. I was just asking her a question based on the allegations of corruption.
Do you have identification on you?
Sir, I don't, and I don't give it up unless I've broken the law, sir. All right?
Yep.
So I'm going to be going.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Have a wonderful day.
You too, sir. Take care. Stay safe out there, all right?
Reyes left, but a few days later, a protective order was issued against him, blocking Reyes from police headquarters. There was also a warrant for misdemeanor trespassing.
What?
Then, Police Chief Patrick Ryder dispatched plainclothes deputies to Reyes' neighborhood in Suffolk County. One unmarked car nearly crashed into...
That's insane. There's no way that's legal. Lil Bottle, Twaddle, donate $2. Would you ever get a pet cow? Maybe. Like, if we rescued a cow, but that's a big maybe. Thanks for the donation, Lil Bottle, Twaddle.
Into Reyes on the street. Reyes drove home and was followed into his driveway.
Why are you worried about views? Didn't know you were. What are you talking about?
Soon, more police arrived, including uniformed Suffolk County cops who had initially not been told about the Nassau County Police effort to grab Reyes.
My name's Sergeant Blaha at the Nassau County Police Department. I'm looking for Mr. Sean Paul Reyes. He has a warrant for his arrest.
The warrant for a non-violent offense would not allow police to enter Reyes' home. And with the uniformed Suffolk County Police watching, the Nassau County Police eventually departed. The attempted arrest for a misdemeanor came on a Friday, late enough that had the police managed to get Reyes, he would have been forced to spend the weekend in a Nassau County jail before seeing a judge on Monday. Soon after this incident, Reyes says he was advised by a police source to leave the state for his own safety until a scheduled misdemeanor court appearance in October. In reporting this story, legal experts told us the actions against Reyes, including the criminal charge, were absurd. So I reached out to Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman, but Blakeman refused to take my call. When I reached the spokesperson for Police Chief Patrick Ryder, I was told there would be no comment for all questions. In other words, why didn't Nassau County Police notify Suffolk County Police about the raid? No comment. Does Nassau County routinely carry out arrest raids for a misdemeanor offense? No comment. Was this just an arrest? No comment. Why won't Police Commissioner Ryder allow an independent review of department finances? No comment. What is Commissioner Ryder's response to claims of racism personally and in his hiring? No comment. Was Police Commissioner Ryder romantically involved with Laura Kern, the previous Nassau County executive who appointed Ryder commissioner? No comment. The Nassau County Police Department leadership reeks of corruption and seems to act more like an organized
this guy's an
criminal
absolute
gang
mess.
than a group protecting and serving the public. To be fair, there are plenty of good police officers in Nassau County. We've seen that in previous videos. But there are also many cops in Nassau County, New York, who keep saying their boss, Police Commissioner Patrick Ryder, is a dangerous and corrupt psychopath. By the way, in Minnesota, an ignorant police officer got owned by a lawyer with a camera.
Set your cameras down.
No, I have every right to record.
Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do right now, and you are going to follow my commands or you're going to go to jail. I'm going to detain you in handcuffs.
Are you his supervisor?
Nope, I'm the supervisor.
Can I get your supervisor,
Turn around,
please?
put your hands behind your back.
This is an illegal detainment.
Check out that video.